Bark, bark, bitch. Hey, what's going on? People laughing this motherfucker once again. You already know what the fuck it is. All here. Yeah, I've become a child of God. The new setup. We are back in this bitch. As Lil Wayne said, back in this bitch with a lot more wisdom. Some bad shit like hot more rich. Hold on. Now you got a little background noise, dog.
No, I don't.
Hold on.
Mute yourself.
It would be a Vergo stream.
I got the power again, and I will mute niggas. All right. Wait, hold on. That big news? All right. All right. Anyway, we here ready to talk about chapter 935. What's good, Tio?
What's good, bro?
Ready to discuss some shit. Tio, you know you got your camera on the wall.
Oh yeah, I know, bro. Now it's off.
Hold on. Before I go any further, who's got that noise?
I don't know who got that noise, but that shit is aggravating.
That ain't me.
It shouldn't be me. I don't think it's me.
Big news, is that you?
Yeah, that's big news.
Is it me?
All right, thank you, guys.
Yeah, as soon as you muted yourself, it went away, bro.
All right, we're good. Anyway, I'm here with Big News. Wow. I'm here with Big News. I'm here with Soap. I'm here with Russ Jones, who just started a YouTube channel. It's important for Russ. And drop your link in right now.
Hey.
All right.
Drop your SoundCloud, Hans. Big News. You have nothing to drop. Sasky, you know to drop your channel.
Oh, hey. SoundCloud.com/Hans the Prophet. Yeah.
Drop your shit as well, Tio. And Sasky finally joining us for a stream. It's been a long time since my fellow dog nigga, hive nigga has been a friend. Bark, nigga.
I'm dead.
And we out here in this bitch, and let's get it rolling. So we here to talk about chapter 935. We had Cream coming through, cranking that Soldier Boy. It was great. And let's get it started. So what we did, before we even get to Queen, we talked about how Zoro, once again, lost his fucking sword.
Is it once again? Because I was talking about it with a couple of people the other day, and I cannot remember the last time Zoro didn't have his sword on him, let alone near him. You know what I'm saying? Let alone having it stolen from him. Like, I feel like the last time that the last two times he lost the sword, one was destroyed during Ennie's lobby, and I forget about the first one. The other one just broke. Like, you know what I mean? And that's about
Mihawk
it.
Broke him, remember?
Yeah, those are like the only two instances, but never was he negligent enough to let somebody just take his shit. Like that to me was so beyond the pale that it was just like, okay, you forcing it, but I'll just take it because I know you got something building up here.
His shit was also taken at
the beginning of Wano.
No, his shit was also taken in Drum Island.
Was it really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's why he had to use he didn't have it. He got completely lost his clothes and his swords.
Oh yeah, that's right. He used that like weird bloodlust thing to find his sword.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, well, I fucking hate
because
Drum
he was
Island.
like blasted off. I don't know if that can be counted as stolen or just kind of like happenstance in battle. Either way, for a swordsman, it's bullshit.
I think not even for swordsman, for Zoro specifically, I find it's just fucking weird. Like I just didn't expect that from him.
Going off this tangent, I'm not a Sanji fanboy, but do we give Zoro L's for losing his swords?
That's a huge L.
Yeah,
that's a huge L.
If Sanji lost his shoes or some shit, nigga would turn that shit into an L.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
He's kind of not wrong.
I'm serious. If he lost his pots, his pans, his spatula, his raid shoe, I'm dead serious. Any of that, niggas, anything.
I think losing his shoe would be the best thing that happened to Sanji fans because then nobody could say, "Well, it's not hockey; it's just his clothing." That would be the best thing that ever happened to Sanji.
Yeah, why you think Oda made him wear a white suit and whole cake so niggas couldn't say that dumb shit?
I mean, like Zoro. I mean. Like, come on. First of all, you're already like you're like in territory where you need to find your crew, right? So I don't understand why he was relaxing that much, knowing that he needs to get back with his crew. And then in relaxing that much, you let possibly one of the hobos take it and get out.
Yo, when I tell you there's this fat nigga canoeing on a skateboard down the street right now.
Wait, what?
Yo, if he's Samoan, that's okay. He's just in touch with his roots.
Yo, I'm telling you, like, he not even bothering to do the kick push, like Lupe said. Like, he did got a big ass stick and is just dragging himself, like he canoeing, like a gondola.
Bro, like a gondola.
Yeah.
Bro, the shit you see.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this, but this nigga Vergo pulling his inner Aokiji.
Big facts, man. Like, he black, man. Gotta represent him. But that's just wild. What the fuck, son? You just threw my whole train of thought off. But with back to damn story. But with Zoro, like you were saying earlier, Oda is really, really going out of his way to completely keep Zoro away from his crew.
Yeah.
And Sanji in particular.
A little too hard, but yeah.
Not his crew, just Sanji.
I mean, we could say it's Sanji in particular. Like, I think the fact that Sanji and Zoro haven't met each other yet, like, adds credence to that theory. But it's not. I don't know if it's necessarily for that reason alone. You know what I mean?
Well, because if they finally meet up and they're in the thick of the situation, like, they're gonna be in the shits. When are they gonna have time to discuss any of that foolishness? You know what I mean? Like, I don't see in any situation where that's going to come up. We're like, hey, we're in a really, really intense battle right now, but hey, what happened on Whole Cake, my guy?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily a fan of that theory. Like, I'm not gonna disregard the logic of it. I think, like, the logic of it is strong and the evidence that they got is strong enough for me to be like, I can see it happening, but as a fan, like, I don't feel like it's necessary to have Zoro and Sanji go from having, like, fake beef to having real actual beef. Like,
you think it's like forced tension and shit?
Yeah, I want to say forced tension, but it just seemed like at this point it would seem a little OD. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems that it would be extremely unnecessary, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think you're really like unless if he's really truly trying to force that narrative. I feel as though Oda legitimately listens to the fans and what we're saying. Because everybody for years upon years, 19 plus, have been like, Zoro versus Sanji, we need it. Zoro versus Sanji, like a real one. And I guess that he's 19 years later, if it actually did come to fruition.
I mean, if he built into us that shit, cool. I'd love to see that on screen. But, like, I'm one of the people that I'm so dead to staying they're fucking even, man. It just depends on the situation and how they fight. You know what I mean? Like,
even.
Yeah, I think these motherfuckers are even. I don't be doing this. Zoro is above, Sanji is above. Like, we would no, not doing it.
Even.
Yeah, you heard me. You heard what I said. Even.
I don't see how you did that reading this story. Somebody must be even Steven. Somebody must have been even Rayleigh.
Even Steven.
I'm not seeing that, man.
Even Steven.
No.
You're gonna see.
Maybe.
I will see.
I mean, if I want to be, I'm gonna start some controversy here. I think that until we see Zoro's power up, he's currently above. He's currently below Sanji.
Below?
Because Sanji got a huge power up.
Nothing.
He's low dipping headliners without Diablo Jambe.
What do you consider a power up?
Power up is anything that can add to your latent abilities.
Is Gear 4 for power up?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How?
So when he was on Fishman Island, he had Gear 4, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So to say that if he would use Gear 4 on Fishman Island, would that be a power up on Dressrosa?
No.
It would still be a power up, but you know that he used it against Hori.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my point. He has it, right?
Okay. Where are you going with this?
It's not like the raid suit, something that was given to him.
But
correct?
But it was.
The raid suit was given to Sanji, right?
It was given to Sanji.
So if Zoro does something that he's already had, would that be a power up?
Yeah, we haven't seen it.
So for all the people that says they're equal at this point, or Sanji's above him, would that be true? Is what I want to know.
Yeah. We would find out in hindsight that maybe he wasn't, but that's hindsight.
Exactly.
But currently he's not. In hindsight, he might be, but currently he is not.
Okay, cool. Say no more. I just want you to keep the same energy when it happens.
Absolutely, always do. Talk to the right guy. Moving on with that. how do we all feel about Luffy basically boxing with these headliners with these handcuffs on? I'm talking no hockey.
I mean, it made me think of what that bullshit matter.
All right,
that matter.
Cool. If you don't say spirit chains from Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm not talking to you anymore.
I was reading him fold those like the prison guards, and I kept thinking of Madara saying, "If he don't fuck up clean with these handcuffs on, he not like." I was just thinking
Madara did say that last week. He's actually gonna be here in a little bit. He's like, if
you know what I'm saying?
With these handcuffs, I was like, "What do you mean if he doesn't?" You're fully expecting him to whoop Queen's ass?
Yeah, but it was like but seeing him get one over on headliners with those cuffs on when he should be barely able to move. I like that sort of progression, and I'm okay with that.
There's the theory that he was essentially using his reserves of hockey to power his body, and that's why he can't use hockey anymore, because he has to focus all of his energy and willpower into fucking people up and throwing these hands that he can't,
That's not bad, because I can see that, because during the course of that fight, he kept on saying how he was getting. They mentioned how he was getting more and more fatigued as that fight was going on.
Seastone's no joke. People were kind of clowning on it, like, "Oh, Seastone ain't shit." Like they fucking around doing all this work.
I was one of them. I would admit.
What?
It's actually showing to be affecting him.
Respect.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how we get to the point where we downplay Seastone, but okay, I'll take it.
People downplay Marco all the time.
Yeah,
I don't understand that either. Like Marco, like you had to nerf him to do any damage to him. Like that was
and he needed to be taken out so that Ace could die. Period. Like if he was there, he could have saved Ace, but he was
like they would have wasted mad energy just dealing with Marco, and I think all of them would have wasted mad energy with that.
Marco's a fucking beast, and it sucks that he got the Seastone cuff. Like that's just good planning on Ukigumo.
I'm telling you, it's that chatty propaganda, yo. Like chatty would just scream for months about how trash Marco is, and then all of a sudden Marco trash.
And the thing is with that so there's a ridiculous amount of headlines. I'm convinced there's like fucking 40.
Yeah, there's mad of them.
And they all have been very, very unimpressive.
Of course.
Yeah, they hella trash.
Hawkins?
Until we got to Old May.
Until we got to who?
Elephant Zone Warden.
Oh, and smile fruit. Okay.
And I was impressed because he seemed as though he was the only one that was truly able to actually hurt Luffy.
No, he just snuck him. Like what?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He snuck him for sure. For sure.
I know, but you still think like Luffy's durability that wouldn't still do shit to him.
I mean, he got back up.
I know he got the cuffs on, but at the same time, he seemed to be a little bit effective on Luffy. And I was of the belief that no one could do anything to Luffy if they were a headliner. And speaking of smile fruit users, somebody brought this up the other day about how it seems as though Sheep's Head is the only one who can truly, truly control his smile. Because the rest of these smile fruit users all have these wacky, like, animal parts, and they all seem like deformed. But Sheep's Head was, like, able to change himself at will.
Yeah, you see, I feel like people are saying that because Sheep's Head is the only smile user we've seen animated. Like, I don't know where they getting that from.
But even if you read the manga, you can see him going through the different transformations with none of the smile users to the point.
I mean, I guess, but like at the same time, like there were smile users here that look pretty similar to like actual zone users. Like that spider chick, like she looked like the dude with that spider zone who got all of them extra R's and shit. Like it was looking real legit. So I mean,
the spider monkey. Right?
I was pushing that narrative just because he is the only one that shows transformations.
I don't think the smiles get transformations. I think they just kind of get what they get, and if they're lucky enough to get something that looks cool, they look cool. If not, then
you get niggas like Dobon that's fucking a hippo.
Yeah. And the fucking hippo. Well, I'm saying like Sheep's Head did transform a couple of times.
Who transformed? Sorry.
Sheep's Head. No, back on Zoe.
Oh, he was a smile, wasn't he? He wasn't just his regular Devil Fruit use, right?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, it's interesting. So we have the tier. We have gifters who suck ass. We have headliners, and we have the Flying Six, and then we have the All Stars. So I'm curious to see the rest of the four other Flying.
Well, I think aren't the All Stars? The Flying Six considered All Stars?
No,
they're not.
Put them in a whole different thing altogether.
Six headliners.
It's like Ginyu Force worked for Frieza, but that doesn't mean they were on the same team as same tier as other people. I got you. I feel you.
Yep. That's a very good analogy. Yeah. So, and then we actually have this is my favorite part. I've been waiting to talk about this. The appearance of Queen.
Dude,
that was awesome. I love the shit out this part.
Dude, I love Oda's portrayal of the Okama Sense jump. Like Bon Clay is one of my favorite characters because not only he is who he is unapologetically, and I respect the shit out of that in any form, but this dude could give you all the hands. Like this dude was like about it. He wasn't a joke. As funny as he was, and blah 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 blah. Like this dude was no fucking joke. And that
listen, when you see a fat nigga pull up like that, hitting you with them dance moves like that, moving on nimbly and shit, when I see a fat nigga dance like energetically and shit, like that nigga can fight. Like ain't no way you see him moving on nimble and shit, and you don't know how to throw hands.
Right? Like Bob from Tekken.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like, man, it was just pure comedy, pure jokes. I enjoyed all of it.
It was great. Like, it's a nice breakup because it's been pretty serious in Oda. Like, let's be real. Everybody wants to be serious. And people are kind of like demanding it. And I think this was Oda's way of saying, who the fuck are you talking to? Have you forgot who I am?
Exactly. And then it was all a joke. And he's like, yeah, man, y'all may think I'm fat, but this is all muscle.
I love that. I was like, shit, me too, buddy. Me too.
Yeah, wow. He was like, yeah, I love Komurasaki. And his subordinate was like, so somebody.
He doesn't. See, that's the thing. That was a hint. If he finds out that whatchamacallit killed Komurasaki, what do you think is gonna happen if he loves that got murdered?
Go after him.
That's right.
Absolutely.
We're about to see like Luffy. I doubt Luffy's gonna be able to stop him. I think it's gonna be a combined effort of that whatever emaciated corpse they drag out of that cell because he's been in there.
Yo, yes, I was gonna go there. Thank you, Valen. So we have Kawamatsu the Nugget,
Mr. Oblong.
There is a lot of good theories about this. I like the one that says it's that river otter because that's what the dude's name means, and I'm like, that's a little too spot on. It's not like, but at the same time, like a rabbit is named Carrot.
No, but the thing about going off that theory, and I don't know who started it, but going off that theory in particular, it's like the Sabo flashback where you see the two teacups and you see the one on the side. People are trying to point out that there's another mink to the side with young Nekomamushi and Arashi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's who they're saying this is, and it would make sense for one of the especially because the Odin have had retainers in whatchamacallit forever. You know what I mean? In Zou forever, like that's they that clan owns Zou for lack of a better term. So, like, to the point where everybody was willing to die for one dude in a secret, like that kind of fucking dedication. So it would be silly to think that one of the 9 scabbards wouldn't be a mink.
Yeah, they're like ride or die. So the minks, they're truly
ride or die to like, and they've proven it.
Down for you.
I don't think any race in One Piece has proven to be as ride or die as the minks. Like, let's be real. Like, they were having their whole home, their whole everything destroyed with gas and poison, had their legs chopped off, arms cut off and shit, and they're still like, we don't know what the fuck you talking about. That dude's not even here. I don't even know like
that. That's next level loyalty right there.
Right? That's what I'm trying to get in my life. I don't need it, but it'd be nice to have. I mean, I don't need it. Nobody needs to die for me, but
no, I 100% get what you mean.
I would love it if people were willing to die for me. Like, if you want to die for me, that's awesome.
Hey, chill, so.
Hey, I'm just adding to the conversation. I'm just giving y'all my perspective. I'm just saying, like, if I had the ability to have some loyal motherfuckers lose their arms and legs for me, I'd be doing a lot of gangster shit, man.
He's like, if some other motherfucker's paying the consequences, hell yeah, I'm a.
Oh my god!
Give me a second.
Yeah. And let's talk about Kawamatsu. So they did say you act up once, get your arms cut off, act up again, get your legs cut off, and it's Kawamatsu a nugget.
Now here's another question. What? Right. Sorry. We're going back to the whale, the whale that dude keeps up. I can't remember the name right now. But the one that's he's waiting for fucking
Laboon.
Thank you.
Yeah, Laboon.
All right.
Laboon.
Remember when we went there and the keeper and the person we thought was Scopper?
Yeah.
Like, we don't know when that was taken. Like, we don't know when that picture or that place took place. What if that was Oda's foreshadowing? He likes to put in little shit like that. And I've always been like curious, is that Scopper or is that somebody else? Because the Scopper thing is pure 100% conjecture. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I've never talked about that particular panel because, like, when it comes to like cover stories, like it's a conversation of whether that's happening at the time of the arc or is it happening in between. Like, we don't know the timetable of those. He
jumps way back and forth a lot. You know what I mean? And especially when he's not doing commissions from freaking Oda Skywalker there.
You mean?
I'm fine. What's good, motherfucker?
What's up, Hey, 30 people watching. Y'all think I'm free here.
What's good?
But yeah, I wanted to talk with
what's up, Will?
How crazy would it be like so Kawamatsu rolls out the cage and he's a nugget, right? And after that, he sees right? he eats Inuarashi with Nekomamushi, he's like, damn, that went to Udon too?
What if he does have no arms and legs? Like,
and then you got the one sword style with his mouth.
He gonna
no. See, what if it's like that dude? Anybody ever watch the old Basilisk, like the original one? In the first episode, there's this dude without arms or legs, and he gets around by like generating energy in his like armor, so that it like claws his way through the shit, and he like spits out like Senbomb and has like crazy shit. Like, there's all sorts of funky shit you can do without arms and legs if you're a ninja or I guess a samurai maybe.
Oh shit! You gotta live. That's
the only example I have of that. That's the only one.
Hey, what's up, Willis D? Welcome back. Been 10 months.
Hey man, Marcus, Vergo.
Hey, you know what?
Brand new. You know what? Shades on and hat, but your mic sound even worse. Like, where's the balance, guy?
What are you talking about?
Your mic sounds horrible, man.
Sounds horrible?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Yo, wait, why you got a T-Mobile hat on?
That's T-Mobile.
Are you sponsored now?
No, I'm not.
Are we sponsored now?
That's not me, dude.
Be right back.
Anyway, there's some tripping. Anyway. Lost my train of thought messing with this man.
Yeah, quick ad read. T-Mobile.
Shut up, nigga.
Can you hear me now? Oh, that's right.
Oh, now we.
Yep.
No, that guy's on team. No, that guy's with Sprint now. Can you hear me now, guy?
That's right. See, all that background noise y'all hearing is not.
Yeah, Hans, what you doing, man? You sound like you digging through a bag or some shit.
I am digging through a bag. Mind you business.
Stop digging through it so close to your mic,
said, bro. I have the power again. I will start muting niggas.
Oh my god.
Yo, I haven't made a statement since I lost my mod powers.
Yikes. Sorry.
My statement is, I thought a lot about what happened that day, and I'm not sorry.
Wow.
How you lose your mod powers?
Because I added people, and they got really upset.
100 times.
Okay, but to be fair, then those same people went and added me in every chat, so I went and added everybody too, because it was funny.
So you was abusing your power.
That wasn't an abuse of power.
Sound like an abuse of power.
It was, huh?
Sound like an abuse of power.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, all you have to do is own up to it. If you was abusing your power, you was abusing your power. Fuck it.
That's the most American thing you can do. What the fuck?
Man, just wait, Vergo. Why don't you just mod me?
Say what?
Nah, Six Pass. Nah, stop playing with us.
What?
Don't mod Six Pass. That's a terrible idea.
What are you talking about?
I don't know why you.
No, wait. Will Z, personally, what can I possibly do?
You can do a lot.
Like what?
You could add everybody.
I don't know. You not random. That's the problem.
You're not.
I just want it. I'm not
to
gonna do anything with it. I just
you're not predictable. If we could predict you,
hey, all of y'all, we're talking about Discord. Join the Discord and you'll see the stupidity I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll post a link in a second. But yeah, Z
wild
for what he did. He
oh, it's Russ. Yo, Russ, what's good?
That was good, man. What's good? I got that channel set up.
No, that's an actual mod right there.
So Vergo, what was y'all talking about?
Join the.
We were talking about
join the Discord, people, and campaign for me to get my mod powers back.
I mean, is anybody kind of disappointed? Like, I wanted the dude to be in the cell, like somebody brand new. You know what I mean? Like, we
brand new. I'm not gonna say it was gonna be someone brand new, but it was gonna go to the direction that it was one of the other two ninjas. I mean,
I was hoping it wasn't. I was just hoping it was some low-key faders that didn't want to be here, but just ended up gotten locked up anyway, and they joined the crew. And you know what I mean? That's what I was hoping.
I'm gonna say this. Like, this is what I've been saying the whole time. Like, minus the whole time travel shit and Big Mom losing her memories. This art has been very, very obvious. Like, you don't gotta do a lot of over predicting for this art. Like, once you've seen that it had somebody in the cage, like, oh, it's Kenmon boy. Like, you should have already known that everything has been.
I didn't know to be as critical.
Like, you ain't got to do no over.
I was convinced.
Art so far.
I was convinced the man in the cage was Oda for like a good second.
Nigga, I was hearing all type of stuff, man. There's a lurking legend in there.
Yeah.
I was really fine. He was a foreigner. Like, come on now.
I don't think we've seen the Lurking Legend yet. We ain't even.
I think the Lurking Legend was Inu-sama. That's who I think it was personally.
He ain't a legend. He controlled it.
I mean, I don't know what it is, but it was obvious who the fuck was in that cage. Come on, bro. Some people I was about to say, why would they make Killer more mysterious than Kid? Like, come on, bro.
Whoever Killer was in there.
Killer's the real captain of the crew.
Sure, I mean, he seems to be the most level-headed one.
So
the real captain of the Kid Pirates.
Yeah, that's like saying Nami is the real fucking captain of the Straw Hats because she's the most level-headed, or Robin rather.
Or is
not the real captain of the Straw Hats?
Robin is not the real captain of the Straw Hats.
No, I said it's Nami, not
Robin
the
be cool and she doing her own thing.
Right? Everybody knows Luffy's the captain.
We all know who the real captain
of the crew is.
He does the captain shit. Nami wouldn't have sit there and take from somebody. He does the real captain shit. Like, let's be real.
No,
what's the real captain shit that he does?
Wait,
Sanji because he knew that those hits hurt
guy.
him. Like, he handled shit right.
He beats up the main guy. That's his thing. That's it.
No, he does.
Nami gives all the orders and shit.
I mean, Zoro beat up the main guy before.
That's right.
He has.
True.
Zoro the real captain confirmed.
X-Hand Morgan.
I was gonna say X-Hand Morgan. You know that nigga top 5.
That's right.
Oh, he faded Hody first too. He faded Hody before Luffy did too.
He did underwater.
True.
Luffy said something along the lines of, "I can't cook, I can't navigate, I don't know how to use a sword, but I can kick your ass." And
that's all he needs.
Hey, that's right. Luffy main philosophy. You can't beat me though.
That's facts. That's facts.
Whatever. You play all this shit you want, but I'm knock you the fuck out.
All right, hands up.
But Usopp had a good. Usopp had a good effort on Water 7.
That's why he's a god. Usopp. It's not God Sanji.
Usopp is God. Nah, big news. I won't have you. I won't have you disrespecting Usopp here. Fight me.
I don't know how y'all feel about Usopp, but he had Luffy dancing with them shirts.
He knew how to fight Luffy and did a really good job.
Let's be real. Here. Usopp, he did a good job, but as soon as Luffy was like, all right, let's stop bullshit.
He had to get him to that point. And he was able to. He was able to make Luffy get, all right, I got to be serious and knock the shit out this dude. He's not just going to stop. You know what I mean? He's going to keep fucking with me. My eyes burn. Like, he can shoot razor blades at me. Well, shuriken, sorry.
But he didn't no more.
Floating and get all my cuts with Tabasco sauce in it. This dude's not fucking around. I'm sick of smelling dirty eggs. Like, I'm fucking this dude up.
He treated Usopp like he did Hold'em this arc, and y'all calling that a fight? Man, stop playing.
Oh, shit.
Nah, bro, Hold'em did not do that much damage.
I know
Usopp
Luffy's
did
getting
way more
stronger.
damage
So
than
They
Hold'em.
knew being disrespectful.
no, this is what I
I'm being
want to say about
accurate.
this whole Wano thing. Luffy's getting stronger. I know that, but bro, when he kicked what's his name, Blue Nose ass with Gear Second, bro, I wish I could get more of that. Cause god damn.
Hey, you realize that Usopp did more damage than Blue Nose?
My favorite thing about that fight is like, oh, I gotta use the other thing. He got to use Gear Third on Bruno, but he didn't have.
What the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is?
Was that a jet engine?
Bro,
That shit sound like a vacuum.
Like, bro,
Right now.
who's taking off?
Not me. All right, I just need to
I
make
don't
sure.
know who that is. They got
Nah, that was me. I'm chilling at work.
damn, Will, can't you?
You working at Boeing, nigga?
So we can talk
Right?
about how trash Usopp is.
Yeah.
That's what we just
Hey,
went through.
it's funny that Usopp had to throw eggs on this man for him to get serious.
Right?
Hey, you remember in the anime when he
Usopp
just
fights
himself
harder
back
than
in
everybody else.
Hey, but look, when Luffy and Jinbei had that little squabble, he went bullshit from the start, nigga. And nigga tried to go get second. He put him on his ass.
Yeah,
Talk this world.
that's fucking Jimmy is a beast. Like that's a fact.
Talk this world.
Jinbei cool with it.
Sanji's stronger.
Nah, I won't have the
But
I won't have the
strong.
dirty Jinbei agenda here.
Six,
Hold up.
nigga, you what?
Hey, all I know is wait, hold on.
Check this out. Hey, look, if you say raid suit Sanji, you got an argument. But base Sanji, Jinbei will put the palms on his ass.
Oh wait, we don't even know all of his attacks, bruh. Come on,
We don't know all his attacks, but that's
I'll tell you what, Jinbei put.
We don't know all
Jinbei
Jinbei's
you
attacks
can't give me a
either.
better.
But I
piece than
know
that.
for a fact that regular base Sanji will get put on the motherfucking ground. Good karate.
You will put that nigga on a shirt.
Word.
So then Zoro getting put on a shirt too, right?
Nah, hell.
That's
Well,
more of
bro,
an argument for Sanji.
See, there's a
Hell no.
Actually, you know what?
Sanji, no. For Sanji and Jinbei, it's hand to hand. You know what I mean?
Jinbei can
And-
block sword, so
No, and it's water versus fire, and Sanji just happens to be shit out of luck in that particular fight.
Hey, but
You gotta
hey,
think
hey,
Ace
we don't want.
fought
Hey,
Jinbei for 5 days.
Now look, we
Jinbei
don't want to talk about fire because if it comes to any fish man, when it comes to fighting against fire people, it's Jinbei. He fought 5 days against Ace. He blocked an attack from Alcanu.
didn't he take cognac, which was covered in fire?
He blocked the cognac. If you want to talk about any fish man dealing with fire, it's Jinbei.
I'll say this.
Wait, hold on. In the
Dirk
chat,
is a hell of a Jinbei salesman, bruh.
hold on, 6 pack. ACB Young Draco in the chat says Sanji will turn Jinbei into a tuna fish sandwich. Absolutely
Big
not.
facts. Big facts.
That's a lie. That's
Man,
a lie.
boy,
I remember Brago. I had an argument with this during the top 33. Brago was just like, Sanji's not losing the food.
Man,
Wow,
look,
that's a good point.
No, it's not a good
Wait.
point. You gotta kill him to make him food.
What kind of fish is Jinbei again?
whale shark.
Whale shark.
Whale shark? You ever
Yeah.
eat whale shark before?
Yeah, they're completely non-violent. You can like punch one in the face, and they'll be like, "Hey, man, are you okay?"
But that ain't the Jinbei we know.
But that's not Jinbei. That's not
He will not be like that,
Man.
nigga. Hey, you know when I thought about all the fishermen getting fucked up by oven, when I thought about that, y'all ever watch Fairly Odd Parents? Blubber nuggets.
They're chewy.
look,
That's right.
But check this out though. You know, when we was talking, people was talking about Oven did this and did that. What did he really do?
Dude, he low diffed the entire race.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead. Wait. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all advocate for Oven, and then I'm gonna put y'all in a grave. So go ahead and advocate everything.
Wait.
And I would tell you why you're wrong. Go ahead.
Before they advocate for Oven, I just want to say the man spent the whole arc getting his ass beat, and people still managed to try to hype him up for some reason.
No, but tell me how he was effective against the fisherman. I'll wait. Go ahead.
I'm just saying he boiled them niggas alive. And then the thing about it is that it just takes pushing them off the shit. But that's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna advocate for Oven.
Oh, okay.
He affected miles of ocean though.
Yeah.
That's no small feat.
Look, the thing
He got run over by Capone. He got smacked by Ichiji. He got smacked by Sanji.
Alright, nigga, we get it.
Okay, so check this out. Oven, he boiled the water, but what did that do? Did anybody die? No, they just got a little uncomfortable. And
Yeah,
then we see
just swam
Aladdin
down.
pull up on him,
And then
right?
they went deeper in the water where it was
Yeah.
cooler too.
Give me the floor.
Let him go. Let him go.
Floor. We see Aladdin pull up on him with no problem whatsoever, right? So all it did was make them uncomfortable. It didn't do any lasting damage to them. And then after the whole little shit with that, they literally had to stay there for 4 hours before the Straw Hats got out of there. So that's 4 hours that Oven could have been boiling that water, but none of them niggas died. We seen all the fishmen in that last panel before Big Mom showed up. So what the fuck was Oven really doing? Nothing. They didn't do shit to them.
And what I want to know is why didn't Oven show up to not to Tawana?
Because Aladdin put them smackers on his ass.
No.
Yikes.
The man
I
has
believe that on Big Mom.
Oven ain't do shit. He just made them uncomfortable. You know when you turn on the shower and it get too hot and go and that's all. That's all he did. That's all he did. It was nothing. Let y'all niggas hype that nigga up.
Anime where he got frozen by Brooke.
The hell is wrong with y'all? Talking about Oven loaded up the whole way. He ain't do shit. He just made niggas uncomfortable, nigga. He gave him a little bit of
Were they
heat
even
bump.
uncomfortable?
That's all.
You ever been in a hot tub before? That's pretty comfortable.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Hold on. In the chat, ABCDEFGHIJ said, Sanji did not smack shit. Oven did not even know Sanji was there. Sanji hit him with his weak ass kick. Then Oven got
That's the bad part. He didn't know he was there.
No, stop. No, false. No, stop.
No.
No, Sanji salesman in the building. No. Here's what happened. This nigga Sanji said, stop time. World, bro. He teleported over there and said, let's bounce, bruh. He said, bro. He literally said to Oven, back your weak ass up. Let's get out of here. Bro, come on now. What are we doing?
JoJo
Sanji can stop time.
Yes. What, bro, did y'all see the anime?
Get out of here with your JoJo.
I saw it, bro, but like, I was virtually.
We are not going to advocate and say the anime is canon. We are not doing that.
Yikes.
We argue in the anime, they fist connected it.
Yo,
with Luffy.
Chopper blocked Big Mom in the anime, so I take it that's canon.
I guess what, he almost died.
Because of that one statement Oda made where he said he wanted to show more fights off in the anime, people are like, oh, the anime is canon.
Like, bro.
So when does the anime become completely non-canon?
When something incredible happens? Like,
by the author?
Yeah, I mean, I look at the anime as canon, like a lot of people may not, but sometimes the anime gives some more explanation than the manga doesn't.
Yeah.
For example,
when have we been starting to say you're creditless if you refer to the anime? The anime is expounding upon things that couldn't be touched on in the manga.
Exactly. For example, in the manga, when we saw Brooke and Pedro inside the little cracker soldier, they didn't. And then the anime show Brooke cut it up and put it in there. So if you don't take the anime, it's like, are we just left to assume that motherfucker is a jumper? They can just teleport inside that motherfucker?
A fucking jumper.
And look, we got a better one. People were theorizing that Luffy was growing arms as Snake Man when he's Black Mamba. It was confirmed because when Katakuri kicked him in the face, he flew back, but there were still arms there. Unless you think he was still punching when he was flying back, that nigga grew arms.
Get out of here.
The way I do it is I take whatever medium y'all want to argue. If y'all want to add the movies, I'll add the movies. If you want to add the anime, I'll add the anime. If you want to strictly talk about the manga, we can talk about the manga. It doesn't matter to me.
See, the thing about the anime is Oda himself has said on a number of occasions that he's excited to see what the anime does with this fight because they know where the fight's going to go. They know the direction. And he has a team that by now has worked with One Piece enough to kind of tell how these fights, I wouldn't say naturally progress because Oda can be weird, but you know what I mean. They have an idea of how to push the narrative and how to keep things moving between panels. You know what I mean? Like, because you want the one thing and this thing, but you got to have something in the middle.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure Oda listened to the community. I'm pretty sure he's heard people say, like, they can't tell when he's using Future Sight. Like,
but the problem is, what happens when the manga and the anime are different and you see both of them? Which one do you take?
We take the one that's cooler.
As far as everything goes,
can you do me an example of like what's starting?
What's a good example of that, Big News?
When Big Mom and Luffy clashed, I believe he did a Kongun in the anime. I mean, in the manga, and he did like a Leo Bazooka in the anime. That's just a simple example.
Yeah, exactly. And in all cases like that, it should be the manga should be essentially, the Bible. You know what I mean? But there's children's Bibles that add a little more to the story. You know what I mean? I'm saying
like Jesus Millie rocked on them when he.
It's the same idea, just they add more to keep people interested. That's really all it is. But it's you don't quote the children's Bible, you quote the real Bible. You know what I mean?
You say children's Bibles are canon now?
Jesus.
Well, you know what I mean?
That's the same
idea.
Or
as long as it doesn't contradict the Bible, it's canon.
Or Whitebeard getting his face blown off.
It's like, yeah, well, if you want to use the movies, I can use the video games. Shanks has red lightning.
Facts. I've had that argument.
Hey, all I know is there was no King Kong Gun clash in the manga. As soon as King Kong Gun came out, it was over. Dopey got smacked.
It really wasn't a clash.
There was no 10 hours.
I have a question. Have y'all heard of this? Because I don't know if it's a thing because I'm pretty new to all this, but one of the reasons that Luffy even won that fight is because a large reserve of Doflamingo's energy was being spent fighting 150 other people pushing against the barrier.
Yes. I heard that. Heard the Gamma Knife.
Nah, bro. I don't think the Gamma Knife
is obvious, but
I've heard Luffy was getting beat up the whole time, and that's why he was nerfed. And he could have been stronger.
Yeah, you're talking about the Coliseum?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest argument ever.
I don't,
he
man.
Little to no energy in that fucking Coliseum.
It's like we don't know how the functionality of the bird cage. Like, is the bird cage just a one and done, or do he constantly have to put it up? Like, is it like does he gotta expand that amount of energy just to get it up and then leave it alone, or do he gotta constantly have it up?
Unfortunately.
I mean, he did say it's like he said he keeps on moving it, so it's not just like a passive ability.
That's actually true, yeah. So if he's actively moving it,
things that the anime can clarify for us that we don't know for sure in the manga. In the manga, a lot of people thought that Sanji was never even fucking using haki. In the anime, we saw a clear haki clash with Sanji and Daisuke.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
That's true.
Yo, the cancer had to rise. We seen Sanji like fucking hit Caesar in the manga.
Yeah, and
you've seen Frankie hit Caesar too.
I just realized.
Yeah, you're right.
I just realized.
First time here, my guy. Welcome.
Yo, what's going on?
Yeah,
I made it to my stream. Yo, I'm a little bit late to my own stream. My bad, Vergo.
It's all good, dude. Hey, Silvers, I like the setup.
Hey, thank you, bro.
Yo, Vergo, why does everybody have a better setup than you?
Because he's fucking legit. I can't help that.
Wait, you said I'm legit? Who told you that?
Look at that shit.
What are you talking about? I used to have a shelf right there. That's new. You don't know tax season?
Bro, he got the whole little monitor TV, bro, showing.
The
TV.
Cool, nigga.
That TV is hooked up to the Xbox, the PlayStation, the Switch, the PS3, and the 360. I was watching the stream on. I was watching the stream.
Let's hang out.
He said he had to stop real quick.
Yo, where you live at again, Silver?
Where I live at? Oh, nah, that's confidential.
Yo, that's a lot of shit you got in your house, bro.
That's a lot of shit.
Hey, Zorn said Vergo looked like he had the gates of heaven. Best setup.
Yo, where do you live and when are you not at home? Just like, are you going on vacation anytime soon?
Yo, let's not trying to rob this nigga, man.
I live at the West Gates in Narnia, and I ain't gonna be home for like the next 100,000 years.
Yo, you're not home, and that stuff is sitting there. I got you.
We'll talk. We'll work this out. Don't you?
Yeah, terrible. Hey, is that the creditless man himself, Sauce Guy?
I know.
That's the creditless man himself. What's good?
Yo, wait. I gotta get Sauce. I'm right now walking to the trash compactor with your aunties in it. You know what I'm about to throw the ass away. Hey, yo, we gotta get Sauce's props though. He's doing that stand-up comedy shit though. Y'all gotta check that out.
Oh no, I checked Sauce. I've
been watching. It was real good. Hey, the ABCDE in the chat said Durston is walking around looking for the lurking legend.
I am lurking legend, bitch.
Durston looking for the One Piece right now.
Yo, the funny shit is the funny thing I heard KFC and get a biscuit.
Terrible.
Yeah, the flame savage to her was the guy that sells the guy for Family Guy with no arms, no legs.
Oh my god! Yup. That's Kawamatsu. But I wanted to say, what do you think is actually going to happen when Big Mom shows up?
Hey.
Well, she's headed for the prison now. And everybody who said I was crazy for like maybe Big Mom fucking up some shit in the prison, seeing Luffy getting angry for no reason because that's how repressed memory works. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And then just go and
like
fucking ape shit.
I think it's gonna go something like this. Like they're gonna break in, everybody's gonna escape, and this nigga Queen's gonna say like Big Mom showed up. And they're gonna be like, nigga, stop lying. Ain't no way she over here. She dead.
Right. You can't hide that bitch.
He said you can't hide that bitch.
I hope Luffy and Big Mom become friends.
What?
Hey, yo, shout out to no nonsense, but on page 14 there's a ninja in the bathhouse.
What could be wild is that like he's not gonna know that he has no memory. He just sees her just King Kong and just Kong.
Yeah, like he didn't wait around last time. He's gonna be like, oh, she's here for this. I can't wait. She destroyed half my ship while looking to do stuff. While she was
that's actually that's a good point. So wait. What if he punches her in the face and then she starts crying and then like Conqueror's hockey starts flowing everywhere and knocks people out?
He's gotta hurt her first. Remember, she's still an iron balloon. Like just because she ain't got memories doesn't mean she ain't who she is. Like,
but she also
an iron balloon.
At the same time, you gotta remember the last time he Kong gunned her, he got taken out of gear for it. So I don't know.
They sit down and enjoy a meal together.
Bro, she's socked and clean.
Hey, that
Let me tell you what I hope happened. I hope that bitch die. She need to get the fuck off screen. I hate that cat.
I hope that bitch
Or wait, isn't she already from the Otama?
I mean,
bro, all Otama has to do is give Dango to Kaido, and she has 2 Yonkos under her.
Chill.
I mean, until Kaido turns back into his human
What
form.
about the Thunderbolt? Thunderbolt check that's gonna come back to Big Mom, give her memories back, and she's gonna be like, "Oh fuck, now I gotta murder everybody." That's a real possibility because that little Thunderbolt jackass is still her soul.
Thunderbolt jackass.
I hope she get her memory back and still be friends with Luffy. How about that?
I think Luffy and his crew done did way too much to Big Mom for her to forgive them just for getting her memories back. If
they haven't done anything to her.
They came in and fucked up her territory and an alliance that she was trying to make.
Capone did that. Jinbei did that. And her own daughter did that. Luffy just came to his boys.
Who's the world
Jinbei's a god.
It was her own daughter in Aladdin, Jinbei, and Capone. Luffy came to get signed.
Yeah, so she has to fuck them up. But then the world's just gonna look at that as, okay, she fucked up some other people. What about the dude that they think are the ones who fucked up everything? She's still losing credit. She's still losing credit in the pirate world. I don't see why she would just up and forgive Luffy for just coming in and fucking up the alliance.
Because the power of friendship is the strongest thing in One Piece, my guy.
This ain't fairy tale,
fairy tale
my guy.
Yeah,
fairy tale. Ivankov said it. Mihawk said it. Like, what are y'all not reading?
Yeah, he has the power to bring people by his side, not the power to pull out lightning from his ass whenever he feel like it. Even though he can.
We got Nami for the lightning. We got Nami for
the lightning. Yeah, I mean, literally pull lightning out of his ass. El Thor.
Yeah,
I mean that was the anime exaggerated.
Big Mom being an ally.
Nah, you gotta look at the manga panel too. That there's lightning.
Yeah, there's lightning effect, but there's lightning effect on a lot of shit where there is no electricity.
No, like that's
this one's literally named El Thor.
Come on, generating from his punch.
Yeah, like
I mean, Usopp's literally called the 10-ton hammer. That don't mean that it's 10 tons.
But the reason the attack isn't just elephant gun, it's El Thor, is because it generates lightning.
I mean, we can easily make this
elemental hockey. We've seen attacks that are elemental. We've seen it all the time. We have Red Hawk.
We have Diablo Jambo.
I mean, Red Hawk can be explained though, especially with rubber. Yeah, it can. If you take a rubber band, grab it from the middle, and rapidly stretch it, it heats up.
Wait, hold on. Okay, Silver, so you're saying when Luffy does El Thor, he rubs his shirt?
I want you to generate.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about you generate the rubber band literally combusts. It's anime and manga logic. It's exaggerated.
Okay,
exaggerated
so give the lightning the same treatment.
No. What he does, he rubs his shirt and creates static, bruh. That's what he does.
Shut up.
You gotta show me the panels back.
I hate you, Virgo.
Man, I hope Blackbeard come too and just throw a whole wrench in everybody's stuff.
He's probably gonna show up the whole cake.
Hey, yo, did y'all notice on page 13 there's a ninja in the bathhouse?
Yeah.
Really?
Bathhouse?
I mean, the L4 does kind of fuck shit up considering Luffy's rubber. So you think about how the fuck can he even conduct electricity?
But yeah, it's the same ninja that was in the attic.
I mean, and then everybody wants
to say it's hockey.
Everybody wants to explain Diablo Jambe, like, well, he moves so fast, like when he first did it in his lobby.
Diablo Jambe was explained 3 different ways already. The first time it was friction, and then people started questioning how is he able to just instantly combust now, even though you can't have an anime character spin every time he wants to activate it. He won't be. It won't. That's not convenient. So Oda explained it as. It was his passion burned so hot that it just ignites, and now
that's dumb.
And now it's just spontaneous combustion.
Wait. I'm gonna tell you what he could have did, and what I'm so mad I didn't get from Hoke Island. All I needed was one sentence from Judge that said that was part of his genetic modification.
Yep, that's all he had to do.
I mean, but then wouldn't his mother's sacrifice have been for nothing?
Yeah,
I mean, with the exception that he got to keep his he got to keep his sympathy and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my opinion about Sanji quiet.
Look, this is what I'm saying. Her efforts would not have been for nothing because the only thing that she wanted to do was to make sure that he still grew up regular as a human with his emotions.
But you know the weird thing is these niggas have strong emotions.
Wait, let me. Can y'all niggas finish?
Go ahead.
Like, damn. Shit. So anyway, because like if you look back at that whole flashback thing, his mama never said anything about the genetic modification. She didn't give a fuck about that. She just wanted to make sure his emotions were still intact. If you go back and read it, that's what she said. And which she did, she completed that task. But the thing is that Sanji still was in the same pussy as his brothers. He still was part of the same experiment, my nigga. So like that would be so easy to be like, all right, well, you still kept that part. You just got your emotions. You just a little bitch. Like, and that it could have been simple, one and done.
Like he ain't no bitch, but and second of all, these niggas still have emotions. These niggas still have lust. These niggas were worried about Reiju when she fell.
Judge didn't take away their emotions. He took away their sympathy and empathy.
Yeah.
Well, I wish they would say that because
they made them real soul.
I mean, they didn't say that, but I thought it was pretty obvious.
Nah, they did say that.
You don't fuck out and get Sanji too many emotions though.
Reiju said that they have no sympathy or empathy.
Y'all
they
foul,
don't care.
No, BDV just hates Sanji.
I do. I'm not even on the flex.
Wait. Who's your favorite then?
Luffy.
Okay, you're fine. All right.
I don't hate Sanji.
I would have been on his ass if he said Zoro.
Why?
No, Luffy. Mine is Luffy and Jinbei.
Okay, all right.
You're with Zoro, Six Pack.
You're in the clear.
It's like matter of fact, the list goes Luffy, Jinbei, then fucking Brook, then Usopp.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yo, wait. I want to know what problem Six Pack has with Zoro.
Yeah, that's
we'll discuss it later.
Zoro got a whole husband in Wano, bro. Leave him alone.
That sound gay.
We're gonna discuss it now while we live.
He got a house and a happy family in Wano, bro. Let him be.
Hey, you keep that same energy throughout this whole arc too. That's all I want.
Alexa, tell Xbox to turn off.
Keep that same energy. No jumping on the Zoro train midway through.
But did y'all notice that there's a ninja in the bathhouse though?
Did you also notice there's a man underwater looking at Nami and Robin pussy?
Yeah.
I gotta see this. Where is
and Shinobu?
We don't want to talk about Shinobu.
I'm talking about the same ninja that was in the attic though. That was in the bathhouse.
Oh yeah, bro. Come on now. Shinobu was fine.
She's number one base. She could get it all day, every day.
I mean, if you like that kind of thing, but I ain't gonna judge.
You also know that.
You mean? Do you not see those lips?
Yeah. Like y'all don't fuck with cougars, man. Come on, man.
Y'all here in the bathhouse? Come on now.
Oh, I do see the ninja at the bottom right.
Yeah, it's the same ninja that was in the attic.
And bro, you know the funniest thing is this man Sanji's about to use a race to sneak in there, but it's a unisex bath.
I'm surprised we haven't talked about the bathhouse.
It's a unisex bath. Then they can just go in there.
He probably already is. People think that that's him underwater with the
bro,
straw.
you know the funny thing is? It doesn't. There was no sign that said it was unisex. So this nigga's gonna say, "Why are all these niggas in here?"
Oh no.
No.
And to
But
be
it's
honest,
also
if Sanji is in that bathroom, he would have probably beat the shit out of every person in it. Looking at Nami and
nah,
Robin
he gotta be
already.
quiet. He gotta be low key. Nami and Robin in there though.
Yeah,
Did
because
you
they
also
would
know
beat
you
the
can
shit out of
see,
him for peeking. Why were
Did you
you
also
in
know you
here?
can see
Hey, Shinobu needs to get a clue.
What you mean? Shinobi
What you
the
trying to
baddest
say?
bitch. Yeah, what you mean?
She's not as bad as she thinks she is. She might
Bro, do you see them beautiful kinkles that Joe got though?
He said the beautiful kinkles. I'm done.
The only one better than Shinobu was Brule. Brule was best girl the whole time.
Oh, bro, bro, I don't forget what you said.
We ain't gonna talk about the queen that is Big Mom.
Oh, Charlotte Lindland, my bad.
Big Mom, she got that wet.
Nah,
nigga, you seen that? You seen her tongue game? Oh my goodness!
That's what I meant to bring up. I was arguing with somebody. He's like, "What you gonna do when Big Mom meet Kaido and they start kissing?"
Yo, I'm gonna be jealous. I'm gonna be hella jealous.
I'm gonna run.
I might drop the manga because I'm gonna be hot. I'm gonna be heated.
he was like,
boy.
Hey, what if he be like, "What my son, Katakuri?"
Yeah. He was like, "Why do you think he didn't want her to come up?"
Wait, is it true that Kaido is middle aged, like 40?
Hold up.
Middle aged? Okay, stop. Fucking, oh my god. In One Piece, the average human lives 130 years. Oda has gone on record and said
140.
140. Thank you. So therefore, 75 is middle age.
Oh, okay.
So what about Old Man Hyo?
Yeah, the average lifespan for people in One Piece is 140, and Kureha is 142.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
My bad.
I was reading a theory. It was on Earl Jackson. Somebody said that Kureha has been trying to tell people the secrets of her youth for all of these years, and everybody just blowing her off. She's the one. She was the last person to have the immortality surgery done on her, and she has been trying to tell people. For years.
I read that. I read that somewhere.
But nobody want to live that old to look like that though.
Niggas is capping. That shit ain't true.
Yeah, I don't buy that. She takes a lot of pride in being an old bitch.
Yikes.
Well, she does though. Like she's old.
Yeah, she an old bitch, but she's living past the life expectancy and still walking around.
Is Big Mama just a large human, right?
Yeah.
Big Mama's a beautiful bitch. That's what she is.
She used to be.
Everybody knows.
What do you mean?
I don't think we have Kaido's age.
Do you see them? Do you see her nightgown?
This nigga said her nightgown.
Oh, bro, Big Mama's a skelly and everything, bro.
Yo, bro, you got to get off of Rule 34. Everything is not meant to be made into sex.
Huh?
But it will.
Big Mom, Lola, Chiffon, they all sexy, bro.
Okay.
Oh, bro. I just forgot Citron. Citron is one of the finest girls there.
Nah, I know she not.
Listen, I don't know how this turned into a white food discussion.
Y'all don't forget about the OG Dan. What you mean?
Oh, Dan.
Oh, yes.
Hey man, you're real.
Dan the type of one that's gonna look, she gonna get mad at you, run you an salt bath, then roll you up a blunt.
Yo, she roll a blunt. Yo, I seen that show on One Piece. I was like, yo, she rolling a blunt?
Yo,
Dan stay
smoking. I forgot. Dr. Correa will make you that good kush, bro. Like, she got the whole dispatcher in the back.
No, I wouldn't trust Dr. Correa.
Yeah, I do know Robin is a botanist, right? Like she fucks with plants.
I thought she was an archaeologist.
Yeah, she is an archaeologist, but who do you think take care of those plants that's on top of the sun?
Honestly, I thought that was Chopper because he's the actual botanist. What
about Usopp?
Look at the One Piece special leading up to Film Z. Robin is the one watering those plants.
Okay,
I think it's Robin and Usopp because
Robin, Usopp, Nami, and Chopper are the ones taking care of those plants.
Oh, so they run a weed business? Come on now.
But shit, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I gotta go start
being the botanist too.
I
see him more as an inventor, but yeah.
Yo, did y'all hear about Kid?
Hold on. So let's bring it back to non-sexual discussion. What do you guys think Zoro is going to do, and when he's going to finally reappear?
After the marriage license,
he's gonna reappear and take kids out of the arm.
Zoro,
which sword was stolen?
Zoro, I feel like Oda is taking him the same route that he did in Dressrosa. He is keeping him out of the story until he needs him in the story.
He ran his pockets? Dang.
Kid ran Zoro's pockets, so Zoro's gonna take kids on.
Remember his other one? Mato grade.
Either that or I think it was another orgasm speculation that I read. Either that or the witch and Owl Boy stole the shoes.
Or Zoro's getting his marriage license, or something like that.
What are you talking?
What you mean? Zoro has a happy house, ain't a bored town, a husband, no food, but they still happy. Their house is made of love.
You and BDV be saying some wild shit.
It's the truth.
You don't see how happy he is that his husband coming back?
Nigga.
He's like, he left, bro. Daddy's coming back, though.
I don't even know how to respond to that, man.
Yeah,
but when he finally does come in the story, it's obviously going to be a pivotal point because, like Silver said, Oda is trying his damnedest to keep this man away from the crew until something important is going to happen. But I'm kind of why does he always have to swoop in like the hero at the last second? Like, isn't that kind of Luffy's job?
I have a question. I'm sorry, my bad. But why hasn't Zoro interacted with no one from Wano that was on Whole Cake Island except for Luffy so far?
What is he? I'm sorry. What more time?
But he hasn't interacted with none of the people that came from like basically the Whole Cake Island. None of them have interacted with him at all. It's not only Sanji.
Steve-O is wild in the chat. He said, "Yo, my dick is soft. Help."
Yo, Steve-O, I'm gonna tell you what to do, right?
What?
Get some cocoa butter. And you type in his website, right? It's www.xvideos.com, right?
Right.
From there, you know what to do, bro. Do that thing to it.
Oh my. Steve-O, can you not wild out in my chat, man? You couldn't even say hello, what's up? I'm here.
Y'all wild.
Fuck, man. Jesus.
He ain't even like up the progression. He ain't say grab Vaseline first. He just went straight to the cocoa butter.
Like, and then BDB is like his wild twin. He's immediately goes along with it. Hemmings, how you doing, buddy? I'm all right. Your best friend, Big News is here.
I know smoke with BDB. Be cool.
What?
He a fellow ape.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a whole orangutan, bro. What you talking about?
Yeah, y'all wild.
No, we got Kerchak in the call right now.
Yeah.
But all right, I gotta get back to work though. I'll let y'all guys later.
What was the question?
I said, what do you think about the chapter?
Chapter was fire. I liked it. One thing I liked about Wano was that it's just bringing back the general One Piece comedy I've been missing for a while, which is the nature of the beast of a long-running shonen. As the stakes get higher, things get more serious. You tend to focus on your main character, and the comedy seems to kind of slip. But I like that it's coming back. Like the stuff with Queen took me the fuck out. That shit was hilarious.
That shit was awesome. He's cranking that.
Like I did not see that coming. I just took me out. So I love that. Especially when Luffy's like trying to climb over the wall. He's just like,
part of me saw it coming because he always portrays powerful Okama as super okay with themselves, but also flamboyant as shit. Like even Morel from the fucking army, the Revolutionary Army. I mean, of course, Bon Clay, and now this dude, like, fucking real about that life. Like,
I agree with that aspect. I know, but I can tell that would frustrate a lot of people. But I'm here for like all the antics and the zany.
Actually, I feel like a lot of people call him a joke.
I was surprised by the lack of backlash, but there were still a couple here and there, like, "Oh, of course, he's goofy, blah blah blah," something like that. I'm like, I mean, look at it.
Like, Bon Clay proof you can be goofy and give out hands.
People were upset. I didn't see any of that. Really?
Oh, lots of people. I saw it on Twitter.
What exactly was being said?
Oh fuck! Let me look. Let me go back and look. See if it was a couple. It was like a fucking almost a week ago. So no promises.
They were legitimately like. So what? They were bashing Queen.
It was more like, oh, fucking. Of course, they got the. Of course they got this funky dude like making dances and shit. Of course he's a joke. You can't take shit seriously. Like. Okama,
joke. It's a calamity.
That's what I'm like. That's what I'm saying.
Fuck, they talking about a joke.
He's been foreshadowed as being ruthless.
Dude. I'm with you. You ain't gotta yell at me about
But you know,
it.
Look, it's retarded, bro. 'Cause look, because look at it like this, bro. Because if he was ruthless, killing off niggas easy like that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's too serious." What are we talking about?
I honestly think your character is like when you take a really like high echelon character, like high tier character, that's very powerful, and you give them this type of side, it just makes them feel more real to me. I always appreciate that more than the one that's super serious and stoic all the time. There's a time and place for that, and it works, and it's fine.
That's why like Aokiji more than Akainu.
Yeah, but like I like
balance it out.
Yeah, like I like that. You know, like Garp will knock you out, but Garp goofy. I like that. That's me though.
You got
Akainu hurt too. That's my favorite thing about Garp. He could be an absolute indomitable monster, but he has no problem letting somebody who deserves to hurt him. Like Luffy's punched him, and he's been like, "Huh," and then that shit with Danton after he let Ace die and shit, and he wouldn't let nobody do nothing. He just sit there and let her. He didn't arm her up. He didn't even flex his face, which I'm sure that man's got muscles on muscles. He could flex his face.
Cute, sad Naruto music.
Right, exactly. He just let that shit happen. Let her like rain down blows and tears, and he's just like, I earned this. You know what I mean? Like that's what I love about Rock. That's what I love about it.
That's one of the most iconic scenes for me. It's a very, very emotional scene.
Because you can feel her pain, like for fucking real. And you can feel that level of understanding.
Real quick though, did you guys run the dialogue about that?
Yes, Sam 100%. Sorry, too many people argue about this. Sengoku saved Akainu's life. Garp was gonna go shove a hand through that man's back of that man's face, and that was It was gonna be fucking done. He was gonna continent crack this man into nothing.
Yo, the people who argue that Garp would not have been able to beat Akainu at Marineford, my only I had to agree with them on some levels simply because listen, because bloodlust makes you stupid. It makes you go into a fight with absolutely no senses. That's the only reason that I had to concede that Garp would have lost.
Maybe younger people, but remember, Garp's like 80 fucking years old.
Yeah. But that was
smarter than that.
That was just me conceding the argument because that was some dumb shit that I didn't want to go through again because I've had that argument like 1,000 times.
Fair enough.
But Garp told him in the calmest voice that he had, "Nigga, don't let me go.
I'm gonna
kill this nigga."
Like, and some know, he's like, "Oh, I've seen that look in his face. This is not gonna end well," because they came up together.
Sengoku looked at Garp and got worried. He looked at him and went, "Oh shit!
I gotta grab this man.
I gotta stop him because if he kills him, it's not just gonna be fist through his chest. No, he's going to punch him into the ground and it's going to destroy."
Let me play devil's advocate real quick. At the same time, we all know that one dude that thinks he can win fights, but he really can't. So he always says, "Somebody hold me back." Like, come on now.
Okay, not all right, yeah, I know that nigga. Trust me, I am that nigga.
Yeah,
but Garp
said, "Thank you, man." Hey, Garp would have fist fucked that boy.
Yeah, like
that's what you want.
All right, to answer Prototype question, in a one-on-one fight without him having just murdered his surrogate son in front of him, the match probably goes to Akainu. But in that fucking moment, that would have been an absolute mollywhopping, and Garp would have beat the brakes off Akainu.
I think Garp still would have took that shit.
And I'm talking now. Prime Garp would have murdered the shit out of Akainu.
I still think even now it'd be a real devastating fight.
If it was 3 times skip, Garp would have won. Now he would lose. That's
Garp is walking away at least with a missing eye and like a.
Oh, nobody's walking away unscathed. Don't get the wrong.
Yeah. Like I feel like that's a big misconception when I tell people, yeah, Garp will win. People just automatically assume that. I'm saying Garp is absolutely washing this man. He turned half of a tropical island into a burning wasteland.
Facts.
Like what the fuck? Garp is not walking away from that unscathed, but
nobody's
Garp. But I think Garp takes
it. You know what I mean? But one person might be walking away, and in my opinion, that's going to be Garp. You know what I mean? In that moment. But other than that moment,
running high, because a lot of strength can be pulled from emotions. So I 100% see what you're saying, Val.
Yeah, like
all right,
I think I did a video on that.
Speaking from experience, because I was a real emotional nigga. Especially from a skinny nigga who like I got no gains. Emotions don't do shit. I've been in a fight when I was young. Emotions don't do shit.
That's not true.
You want to talk about it, bro? You all right?
I'll say that. I'll say. Counter argument. You know, a long time ago, I was a skinny nigga too. But you know, emotions, they do help. They really do. Like when that adrenaline hits, like you become a super nigga. Like
when that adrenaline hits,
like you would normally be if you didn't have all those emotions. All of a sudden, like damn, I'll just bite this nigga.
As a matter of what it is yeah, you got all those superpowers, that great. Just because you don't know what the fuck to do with them, it's not the fault of that particular emotion. That's your fault for not how to know how to throw them in. Like I can get mad as fuck.
If I knew how to use the superpower, why the fuck would I need the emotions for the extra power up?
The superpower is the emotions. Have you never watched anime?
I love it. I've watched so many anime.
Emotions
I might actually be considered a goddamn weed.
You got mad enough to become Super Saiyan.
How I think Goku went Super Saiyan? The nigga
Vegeta went Super Saiyan.
Shit on himself.
Mad enough.
No.
Vegeta got mad enough to turn Super Saiyan. Understand that. That is a fact. He got mad enough at the fact that he couldn't turn Super Saiyan.
Nah, that nigga was training. He was fighting meteors.
It was anger at the end that pushed him to it. That's
he was on that. He was on that planet training for God knows how long.
No, bro. No. Here's exactly what happened. Vegeta was sitting there saying, "I can't become Super Saiyan," and Bulma literally said, "Shut your short ass out. You ain't never gonna be on Super Saiyan."
I'm fucking with you, but just to play devil's advocate real quick. This nigga got mad at Beerus for smacking his bitch. What happened to the emotional superpowers there?
Oh, he was pushing Beerus. Like he wasn't even a god, but a god was like, "Oh shit, this dude got hands."
Bro, before that, Beerus
don't forget that
him with a flick. After that, he put the pause on Beerus.
Yeah, like don't discount emotions and use that as an example.
Anime logic. I'm going off of real shit. I got my ass whooped. The next week, I came back clear-minded, level-headed. It was like, yo, I appreciate you fucking me up, but I'm about to rip your fucking arm out your socket. I still got my ass whooped, but
I was gonna say, how'd that go?
Yeah, I still got my ass whooped because I was an overconfident little nigga who ain't know shit.
Sorry for laughing.
This man came in like stage mode Naruto. It's still messed up.
Nigga, I laugh at that shit. I was dumb as hell in 8th grade.
That nigga son was like, hi. No.
That nigga fucked me up on 2 different occasions.
Oh my god.
Yo, respect the honesty, respect the story. I love it.
Man.
What's good, Z-Killer? You there?
All right. Now that we done with Silver's sad story, can we get back to One Piece? That just brought up some Vietnam flashbacks.
Everybody's thinking about times they got ass whooped.
All this.
Everybody's just like lost in that dark place with fists raining down, wishing you were someplace better.
Oh man, I'm flipping my whole channel.
Moral of the story: emotional power-ups don't get you shit.
Unless you're living in an anime.
Unless you're living in the anime world.
No.
Emotion world where magic and friendship is.
I don't believe that. You know, look. Emotional powers are conditional. If you if you real angry. You got 30 seconds before you run out of power, bro. Like, you got to make it work. So, look. So, if they stomp you, bro, they hold you down and stomp you out, you done.
This shit, bro.
Like, if they hold you down and they start stomping you out, yeah, it ain't going to do nothing for you. Like, you done. But if you up and you start throwing hands, like, you good. Just don't get hit.
Unless that man is clear-headed and, a trained boxer, then your ass fucked.
Hey,
pretty much.
Don't fuck with a train boxer. We're really gonna get punched in the face, and that's
that was my mistake. Yeah, that was.
Hold on, BDB in the chat said, "Virgo, will emotions help you 1 versus 1 me in LA?" Then he said,
"Oh yeah, y'all going to LA trip?" Hate, man.
Hey, listen, man. I'm not gonna test those waters. Anyway. I'm not gonna experiment.
I'm gonna go swim someplace else. Thank you.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hey Vergo, like, hey, you like 6'9"? You got all that wingspan. You got reach.
I'm 6'5".
You 6'5". Goddamn.
You think that, but reach
That nigga's like 6'1", 270. So
Nah, Val, he can get one quick hit and back up.
You don't. That's not.
I'm a finger pistol him in the throat and run away.
Come on now.
No, you gotta run away and then hit him with 1,000 fingers of death.
Wow.
Never fuck with
I'm
you
hit him
ever
with the
again.
middle finger and I'm a dip.
Oh no, wait, Riley, you really asking for big news to get on him, bruh.
Wow, ABCDE said if emotions mattered in One Piece, then how come Kobe, despite getting emotional, got one shot by Luffy? Fair enough.
Because it's what you do with those emotions that matter. He couldn't do shit with them.
Did he get like right behind Luffy?
He got a mega emotional power up, and you know what he decided to do with it? Give a fucking speech.
And guess what, bro? Exactly. No, it's not. Like, wait. That speech summoned Shanks, bro. He summoned Thunder Force.
Touche. I apologize. I retract that previous statement.
True. Good shit, 6'5".
Ain't gonna be none of that Kobe hate. Get that out of your blood.
Kobe's dope.
Okay, but can we? All right. I'm sorry.
Let's be real about
that. I know this wasn't last chapter. Can we please talk about King and the Big Mom shit, man?
That is the dumbest fucking bullshit that I've seen in One Piece in a minute. He one-shot a whole crew, like just in a
wasn't a crew. He just flipped the ship.
A full of brute users and niggas that can
see the size of her ship. The fucking
you also gotta remember they already said it that the sky is his domain, bro.
You know it's fine and all, but what about the genie, bro? Daifuku's stand is a long-range attack fighter, bro. Why couldn't he do that?
Oh yeah, I said that in my video. Like there was a lot of shit that y'all could have did in order to avoid that situation.
Nobody did nothing.
You got motherfuckers who carry guns and if you carry it, you got to be at least proficient with it. You got swordsmen. You're on an Emperor's crew, so you got to at least know flying slashes. Daifuku has a ranged genie that moves in 3-dimensional space. Like come on. The fuck? Parasparrow got giant candy construct.
Turn the water
what the hell is her name? What the hell is her name?
Smoothie?
No, not Smoothie. That bitch too.
Capote?
Nah, she the one who held Nami up with like lip. Fuck. Galette.
Amande?
Galette. We're gonna get to Amande in a second. Galette, who can control butter and hold people with it on a telekinetic level. Why couldn't you grab his ass? You got a Monde who's carrying around a Wazamono grade sword. You gotta know flying slashes. You gotta be amongst.
She was doing that with remember, she was doing flying slashes with the whole wave things. The size of the goddamn Thousand Sunny.
Then you got a fucking armada on this one massive ship. You mean to tell me some of y'all couldn't jump to those giant pillars that the fodder were firing cannons from, take them out and occupy the cannons, put pressure on this nigga while he's in the air so y'all can get to the shore? Y'all don't gotta beat King, just get to fucking land.
Get to land. They talked all that shit to Sanji. People knew who could skywalk. Why are you doing it?
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing.
You think you're so impressive with your skywalk? He'd have done that shit and got away. So yeah,
you got the fucking fodder who are outmaneuvering Sanji. Sanji, the man in the straw hats who was hyped up with the skywalk.
And honestly, Sparrow's one of the best creative paramecia that we've seen so far. Like,
the nigga made stairs,
those
the size
intricate,
of the
beautiful stairs.
Wait, not even that, bro. The man waved his arm. A second later, it was there.
Yeah, like he's one of the most prolific builders we've seen.
King had solo Yonko's crew.
This man created a giant spiked candy wall that Luffy himself could not break through with pure strength. He needed Red Hawk to melt the candy away. Yep. You couldn't, y'all. So you mean to tell me this man popped up? Y'all said, "Oh my God, King!"
Which means and you obviously had to kind of recognize that he was there.
Smoothie was literally on a ship, a fucking ship surrounded by water. That water that plays into her devil fruit, and you tell me y'all couldn't have done anything?
And I gotta say this. Look, think about it. King's not camouflage, bro. He might be fast, But bro, I'm pretty sure if you see something like a giant black thing flying towards you, you'll see that.
It was on fire at that. You see a giant fireball streaking through the sky.
No. That could be his hair. Look at the now. This is just me pushing my own agenda. Thanks for backing me up, little buddy. This is me pushing my own agenda. But what if that's his hair, like the flower Hyogo? That's right. He knows. I've been talking to him about this for days. Now they got the same kind of hair, the same design, everything like that. We haven't seen a color of any of them.
All right,
but
whether it was his hair or not, the shit is huge.
It's probably not,
and it is waving, and he had it on his wings.
That's true.
Wait, aren't they? Wait,
what if that's like
these
knuckle hair? That'd be crazy.
If it's
these niggas can use hockey because they were using it on Luffy. You mean to tell me none of them have observation?
And on top of it,
this is crazy.
This is my biggest issue. King low-key nerfed himself because in the full animal form, you are limited in your movements. You are literally that animal. He's not in his hybrid form. He's not in his human form.
Not in the sky.
Say it again.
Not in the sky. He's not.
Yeah, not in the sky. I'm talking about like if he was to get attacked, he could fold his wings in to block it, but as far as we know, he can't send a flying slash with the pointy part of his wings.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But go ahead.
That would be cool.
But earlier you referenced Smoothie's sword and said that she better be able to do it. And you know if
I'm talking about Smoothie because I'm talking about Smoothie while she's a human. King is literally in his pterodactyl or pterodon, however the fuck you want to say it. He is in his full animal form. He is moving like a goddamn bird. Yes, he still has the strength of however strong he is because he flipped a fucking ship that dwarfed the Sunny. But y'all couldn't have done anything, like nothing.
Oh my God,
done a lot.
Let me chime in.
They had a lot of options. Whether they would have won or not, it's up in the air.
I agree. BDV in the chat says, "God damn it." Seeing a giant black thing flying towards you did not stop R. Kelly. Bro,
come on now.
The difference with that is that girl could have moved. If she ain't want to be peed on, she could have moved.
I could have just moved.
like right from the Boondocks. I see Pete coming. I move. She coming. She stayed.
Like he ain't even the first motherfucker to try to pee on me. No, that's not the wording, but I'm not gonna say that word.
Oh no!
Whoa!
No sir.
Oh damn!
Oh no!
I'm Dempsey rolling that shit if it's coming at me.
Dempsey rolling.
Do you actually know how to do that?
Yeah,
dude, that shit is dope as fuck. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's a pretty good. It actually gets a pretty good workout if you just do that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is true.
Very
good for fucking people up.
So, like, I know I don't want to go on a complaining tender. People were complaining a lot about a lot of things being off screen.
Yeah.
Do you believe that it might have been necessary?
The Sanchi Page 1 fight, or
that's a funny thing.
One fight, Robin procuring all the plans as well as talking about the poneglyph.
All right,
I'm a Sanji fan to the core, but
the Sanji Page. Oh, go ahead.
I'm okay with it because if he's going to introduce these things later, it's better now. Like this is basically him the test driving the raid suit, which is fine with me.
Correct.
If he gets a solid fight against someone where we can see all this go through, that he's actually proficient with it. Because I'm not seeing if he's gonna fight a Calamity, I don't want to see him test driving that. No, but now I'm fine with it, which is weird.
Do you want to know how I saw the raid suit? I still kind of sometimes watch Power Rangers when it catches my fancy, and when they get that new weapon that they don't 100% know how to use, but there's that episode where we just need to try, man. And
Dragon Sword.
But it's not the full review, and it kind of does it. But later you find out that that was only like the tip of the iceberg. Da 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 da. And I think that's kind of the vibe that he was going for, especially that it's already like Super Sentai as fuck. You know what I mean? So I think like it all ties in together to the motif where he's putting together stories that catch your imagination without finishing them, so that when you get back to them, he needs to explain them less because your mind's already done a lot.
Speaking of Wano, how many off-screen do we really have? Just 2?
I think 4.
4? Because we have Sanji versus Page 1, Robin getting the plans, maybe them settling in.
In my opinion, kid escaping. Yeah.
The thing with the off-screen, the kid escaping thing, I understand because that could actually have some story implications, like who helped him escape. Was it Caribou? Did Killer come?
He just did that shit on his own.
And you know what, bro?
But the thing with the Sanji and Page One thing, we saw everything that we needed to. Literally, the last panel that we saw in that fight was Page One losing sight of Sanji and Sanji floating up in the air. Sanji probably just left after he whooped his ass. The Robin stuff, that's one that I feel we should have seen. Like if you weren't gonna show us, if you weren't gonna show like Brook actually, if you weren't gonna show the poneglyph itself, at least show Brook in his ghost form in the basement, and he looks at a door and goes, "Huh?" And then you cut away. That gives us the idea he found something. And then when you cut over, tell us, okay, it was a poneglyph. It wasn't a road poneglyph, but it was a weird room. Like at least then we would have gotten some kind of context.
I was just about to say that, Hypebeast.
Instead of like just out of nowhere. And as far as that's about it. But what else was off screen? Fuck, I just lost that quick.
I'd actually be interested to see how Kid actually escaped, because if we're assuming that they escaped while they were in the cell, Luffy could have went with them. But if Luffy said no,
Caribou that went with them. Like I was actually about to bring this up because we haven't seen Caribou since Vergo escaped. And Caribou is highlighting it since Kid's escape.
Oh, so you're saying Caribou cut off his hand to escape?
I'm saying Kid cut off Caribou's hand to escape.
Oh, wow. He really wanted, because I realized Caribou's fruit was like a big dimension because he absorbed the whole factory.
Like
that's interesting.
Like I wouldn't even put cutting his own hand off above Kid, and then him just fucking Darth Vader one-handing that shit from now on. Because once he gets out that chains, he's surrounded by metal and everything's fucked. But I think the fact that everything isn't fucked means he still has his cuffs on.
It means he did something subtle. Like it was very subtle.
I think it's because he still has the cuffs on, because he doesn't catch me as subtle, considering everything about him is like, well, Killer made the plan, he just went and murdered everybody. You know what I mean?
But
at the same time, you gotta remember,
we've seen Kid as very, very strong-minded and very like, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna fuck you up. I feel like if he really truly did have the mentality, he would have constantly been trying to fight people and would have gotten a lot more ripped off than just one arm.
But you also got to remember, if Killer was the one to come save Kid, Killer can keep Kid in line. Main example.
I don't think it was Killer that got him. I'm with Hypebeast on the.
Oh yeah, I think Caribou. I think Caribou was a part of it too. But if you really think if Caribou was the only one there, and Kid got free and was able to escape, even with that sea stone cuff on, he was probably fucking.
Speaking of Killer, I had a theory. You guys know Hakuba, that he rolls with Cavendish, right? He's like a different personality. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking Killer's whole person, his moniker is the Massacre Soldier. I'm thinking, does he have anything like related to that? Because whenever he gets that, it's a what?
Personally, I don't think so. I think he's just a mass murderer. But continue.
Like I'm thinking, like he wears a mask. Maybe that's to cover it up. Like I don't know, because if we think about it, when people see Haku's face, they know that something different is coming. So maybe he has that on like as an endless surprise. You can't tell who's really behind it now.
I think he looks familiar. Like he looks like somebody. I think that's what that is. But that's just my opinion.
Either that or it's just a design choice. I don't think that like it's another Jekyll and Hyde situation.
Yeah. Also, what about what the fuck, the manslayer dude? I think that's who Killer is.
The manslayer. I think that's the third samurai.
What was it?
Denjiro.
Oh, Denjiro.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very possible.
I can't find the panel, and I meant to the other day, and I just didn't get around to it. But I don't know if you guys remember, but there's this couple of panels where this kid is like, oh man, they're rallying troops. I should go do this. And there's this old man like, I wouldn't if I were you, blah, blah, blah. That panel is there for a reason. That young kid is like highlighted for a reason. He's going to come back and play I think a key role.
Oh yeah, and the old man didn't say, "I don't think you should do that." He said he was just like highlighting the points of why it might be a bad idea. But he did say that if I was in my younger days, I would have taken up arms in an instant. But in my old age, I can't do anything.
All right. Like I said, I haven't gone back to check it, so that's.
But yeah, that dude is definitely, that kid is definitely coming in. All of the characters that we've seen so far, like when they were handing out those slips, there's a reason that we saw those specific people.
Oh yeah,
I think they're going in the big fight. I think they're going to be like the Whitebeard commanders or the allied captains. We're gonna get their names. They're gonna have some dialogue, but they're not gonna be like uber important.
Yeah. Did you notice that there was 7 of them?
7 samurai.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my knowledge of the 7,
and then the one that they gave before, so that makes 7. I thought it was 8 because I forgot that Beppo was wearing the straw mask thing.
I mean, my knowledge of the 7 samurai is that they all die except for the old mentor, his old friend, and the young upstart.
Yep. Oh, 1 second.
I'm surprised that we have actually failed to talk about Hyogoro's flower.
Oh yeah, he was a goddamn animal.
But I did not know that he was going to be hyped up to that degree.
I didn't either until we actually got. Well, I ain't even gonna say that. I'm lying. I thought that he was gonna be like some weak dude, but he had the Yakuza because he was nice to, like, he was, he showed
a nice leader.
Yeah, he showed respect to criminals who, like, to thugs who are only thugs because the world treated them like that. And they just decided to follow him because he was the one person who treated them nice. But after seeing after seeing the way he looked, he better be on some loud G shit. He better be on some loud G shit. Like, when I say loud G, I mean he better get Sanji better feed this man. He better go, God damn, that's good. And go, oh, see the light of heaven, and then get jacked again.
That'd be fucking sweet. That'd be a nice little comrade to have too, if he still like has some of the power that he retained.
Exactly. Now, my question is, I'm a big sword fan. I love Tashigi. I love Zoro. Okay. I love the whole Wazumono aspect of stuff. Yo, Kuma, what's going on? One, the sword that he has when Shinobu was remembering him. That looks like an important sword. Where the fuck did that sword go? I want to know where that is. Two, Luffy had Kitetsu II. Where the fuck is that sword? Where the hell is that? You cannot escape without taking that sword. And
3, I was curious about Hold'ems.
Hold'em, I don't, because
that looks like a super sword.
Because my thing is, because it's Wano and everybody is walking around with a sword, unless it's like highlighted that this is a special sword, I don't think that we can really assume. Like, look at Kiku. She's a particularly like highlighted character, but we don't know whether or not the sword she's carrying is a Mato or a Wazumono grade sword. We know that Hitetsu has one. We know Luffy has one. We know, damn, I forgot her name that quick. Whitefish, Big Mom's crew.
Amande.
We know Amande has one.
What's good, baby?
What's going on, man?
Not much, just chilling.
Yeah, but
Amanda's got one.
Amanda's got one. I think Kiku might actually have one because when Oda went out of his way. Yeah, I know. Like normally in most anime and manga, when it's that call to action scene, you see the character run over, grab the sword, and then run into action. But her sword has like a excuse me. Her sword has like a real particular design, like the sheath, the guard. It all looks like it was drawn with some type of care. I think Amande has one. Hold'em, I don't think so. But as far as Kitetsu II goes, if Luffy doesn't give a fuck about that sword. He really doesn't. I think when they escape, Kawamatsu is going to be the one to grab that sword. because he's one of those the three named samurai that Kinemon said. He didn't say we have to find them. He said we have to find them and we need them in order to even have a sliver of a chance of winning. A swordsman of that caliber, I think he might need a Mato grade sword, a Wazumono grade sword.
I'd say so.
Ashura Doji shooting Maru, I think he might have one. I didn't pay that much attention to his sword. I'm not sure. Kinemon, he has two swords with like flames on the scabbards. I want to say no, but
Fandom made a good point. He said I won't be surprised if the sword Luffy took actually belonged to Kawamatsu.
Yeah, Kuma, stop. Kuma, shut up. Shut up. Stop taking the spotlight.
That's Kuma?
Yeah, in Discord, it's Kuma. It's Bartholomew Kuma.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's one of my boys. That's one of the homies.
Okay, he's saying cool. All right, so Stebo.
Yeah, what's up?
You sound tired, my guy.
Word.
I'm not tired.
What do you think about the chapter, my guy? Oh, Soap's back.
Yeah.
Chapter was doo-doo. I hate the chapter. I hate One Piece. I'm dropping One Piece.
Hey, bro, I understand.
Wait, hold on. Steve, are you serious?
Nah, not at all.
Like there was no whoop slap in this chapter, like at all.
Yeah, I mean, like, can I just say something about that? Like, I know I just got here, but I feel exactly how y'all feel. But how much of that? Because I've been thinking about that. Like, how much of that is that the startup of this arc was so crazy? You know what I mean? That now that we're in this building out stage and he's setting everything up, that we're all just kind of like, fuck this. I want Kaido dropping from the sky again. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, with any good story, you gotta rise, build expectation, bring it down a little bit just to shoot back up.
Yeah, and I think there's no question about that, like, in terms of, like, where he's headed. Like, I think the fact that we got Kaido within the first 10 chapters of the series and then they had an interaction with Luffy and all of that, like, just the basic structure of the arc is already different from the previous arcs that we've had. So just along with that, like, I got faith even though we're wasting time and he's building shit up right now. Like, I know this is all leading to something crazy.
I mean, when it comes to the structure of every arc, it always has, like, the buildup is always different, but I feel like, but in damn near every arc in One Piece, the climax is always the same. We have to do or beat person X before Y happens in a certain amount of time. Otherwise, we're all fucked.
Right. Yeah, but I think in terms of this arc, whatever the conclusion is, like, yeah, the conclusion may be like the defeat of Kaido, but I don't think it will be like in the way that we see like the interaction with Doflamingo. Like, I feel like the sort of like the way Whole Cake Island ended, like, I think no one would have saw Katakuri as sort of like the big bad of that arc when we first entered that arc. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, because we didn't get Katakuri until like towards the end.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that it wasn't that traditional. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone thought we had to go through Big Mom. You feel me? And I feel like just based on like the way this arc has started off, and it's already like the beginning fundamentals were different. That the way this ends,
I see what you mean.
It won't be as simple as us just knocking Kaido the fuck out and walking away. Like, I don't think we're gonna have that sort of traditional ending.
Oh no, hell no! It's an emperor. The reason that we didn't go straight for Big Mom is because that wasn't the objective of the arc. Like, that's why I feel like that's why Katakuri was made the Luffy's big fight of the arc, because Big Mom. Well, aside from Luffy not being ready,
yeah,
like, that was the whole. Like, that was excuse me, fuck, what the hell's wrong with me? Like, that was the whole reason, you know, Katakuri was made the big fight of the arc, because Luffy wasn't ready, and that wasn't the objective to take out Big Mom. We was just there for Sanji. Everybody who assumed that Big Mom was going down in Whole Cake, I never understood why.
This has always been about the next generation, like of Yonko, really. And Katakuri is definitely in the running for the next generation of Yonko. No more or less than Luffy, Kid, Law, and really that's all that come to mind.
I don't blame people for
Drake fans. the Drake
thinking
fans
that
with you.
I don't blame people for thinking that, you know, we were going to take down Big Mom at the start of Whole Cake Island. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the way Whole Cake Island started, like, there was it to me, like, it just read off so. It started off in such a basic way that there wasn't anyone else to think would be the problem besides Big Mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's interesting because also, I mean, Whole Cake Island was also one of the first where you see Luffy struggle against an antagonist twice. Saw him struggle against Cracker, struggle against Katakuri, and he wasn't obviously ready for Big Mom.
Yeah, he was pretty much sideswiped by Big Mom. She was like, "Yeah, that's nice, but over here." You know what I mean? And,
I sit down, little young one.
Like, yeah, and that's when he was like, "All right, so maybe I'm not gonna fight her right now. Let's go do some other shit." Like, that's really what it was. Big Mom she's formidable as fuck. How she's being handled is ridiculous, and I don't want to be a One Piece apologist, but I've always thought there's a reason for it. But this shit's getting out of hand.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what I tell everybody in Discord. Like, to me, it's if you don't like the fact that she got her memory taken, I agree with you. I think that shit is garbage. I think now that it's already happened, you know, the fact that it's already happened, we just got to deal with it. But I think the most important question is when she gets her memory back. Because if she gets her memory back after some dumb shit talking about where it's like essentially Kaido and Big Mom fight and they do enough damage to each other where they're both nerfed, and all of a sudden she got her memories back and now it's a 1v1v1 and Luffy's now on even ground with 2 hurt Yonkos, that's trash. I will not defend that. But if she get her memories, say right before she pull up on Kaido and it turned into a 1v1 or 1v1v1 where they're all at full strength and Luffy's pretty much getting clobbered by these two when they're going at each other and it's straight chaos like that, I'd be fine with that.
See, I've been pushing a tactical nuke in a suitcase agenda, and that's essentially now how I said it is obviously been proven wrong, but the fact that she lost her memory and that she was going to get it back in the capital, like in a way, the original way I said it was that Pudding took her memory intentionally and then sent her out to be like taken care of because she's essentially an innocent little baby, and most people are like, I can't, you know, they pushed her towards Chopper intentionally, and later when she's in the capital, somebody's just going to reach out, touch her, give her all her memories back. She's going to go batshit nuts fuckery and tear apart the entire capital, you know, looking for something that isn't there. And kind of use her in a tactical way, use the sickness, use her obsessive nature, and use her raw physical fucking murder power to, you know, butt fucking entire capital.
Yeah, you see, but that kind of goes back to my point. Like, it just depends on when is that nuke gonna get set off? You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
If it's not set off in the right moment and she do some damage in aid of the Straw Hats and then she get her mind shit back, trash. Automatic. She cannot help them, to me. She can't help them while she's out of her mind. She can't hurt nobody while she's out of her mind. She can't do damage to nobody while she's out of her mind. She needs to have all of her memories before she start whooping ass.
I think that Big Mom is only here for exposition. As of right now, she's only here for exposition. We're going to get stuff on the rocks. We're going to get insight on the rest of her crew and the inner workings of her crew as it stands now. Because if you believe a lot of theories, Katakuri isn't on the crew anymore. He left. He did. I don't believe it personally.
Didn't they say he was back home healing?
I can't remember.
I can't remember that either.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't have any knowledge of that.
So we'll say no.
I don't think anyone's commented on whether Katakuri's there or not.
I mean, the only comment that we have on Katakuri is that them arguing if Big Mom was to fall,
and Daifuku that would be brother Katakuri.
Did anyone feel like that was some foreshadow shit? Like that was like the fact that he dedicated
it like foreshadowing,
picking a new leader.
I mean, it was essentially like it's the most random thing. You know what I'm saying? Like in the chapter before we see the crew is Big Mom interacting with Chopper. The chapter ends, and then we go into the next chapter that opens up with the Big Mom pirates talking about how they're like, who would be if she go down, who next? You know what I'm saying? And for that, for Oda, I don't feel like Oda would just put that on panel for no reason.
I can agree with that.
Okay.
All
right. Me being the vote, me being like the dude that the nigga I am. Technically, it's not foreshadowing until the events that
happen. Yeah.
Foreshadowed, but I do think that it might be like leading up to something. If Big Mom when Big Mom does get taken out, if she's not still alive, I don't think that Katakuri would take over. I don't think that Parasparrow would take over. Katakuri is the strongest, yes, but he tends to do shit on his own. And because even though it's like it was a gag and it was minor, he lied to the crew. He does things on his own. He keeps secrets, all that bullshit.
Correct. I mean, the whole crew lie to each other.
And, yeah, the whole crew does lie to each other, but that's the point that I'm trying to make. Parasparrow, he's too fucking prideful. He's too headstrong. If something's not going his way, he'll try and put it on somebody else. And yes, they are pirates, but for a crew made up of your family, no. Unpopular opinion, I think Smoothie would make a better leader. Out of everybody. Hold on.
That's very unpopular.
Yeah, I was gonna say you forgot the word very.
Extremely unpopular.
If you want her to be asleep the whole time, fine.
Nah, but look at it like this. In Whole Cake Island, when Parasparrow was focusing on going after Pedro, when Parasparrow was focusing on I need to make sure that Big Mom doesn't kill me. And Katakuri, he was the one just running off doing shit by himself, trying to take out Luffy. Smoothie was commanding the troops. She was relaying information. She was making sure everybody stayed in line. She
got her ass whooped by Brooke.
She got her ass whooped by Brooke. When did that happen?
I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you.
Don't get me wrong. I almost believed it because Brooke is that nigga.
Hey, now I'm just saying, like, I think it's just funny for me because like Smoothie from all accounts is broken, but Brooke got past her real easy. So like that's
but look at it like this: when everybody was arguing over who needs to be the next captain, who's gonna take over when Big Mom dies.
Yeah, no, she shut the shit down.
She shut that shit down quick.
What if Smoothie was the pirate that he hurt?
That's true.
That Kid went into Big Mom's territory, hurt a commander, stole something, and left. What if she was that commander, and that's why she was there?
Yeah. Popular opinion that it was Snack, and that's why Arouge was able to beat him.
Oh, they just taking everything away from that man.
That was some bullshit.
They opened up any of the commanders because all of them either have been defeated or have injuries.
My headcanon is yes, I do think it might have been Smoothie because I don't think that an invader comes in, send out the first commander that we have. No, I think each commander is in charge of a specific section. I think he came in from, let's just say, the north side. And
they have very strict protocol.
Yeah, and Smoothie was on that side. I mean, we ain't seen Smoothie's other eye, did we?
No, I don't know.
I think we did.
We've seen both of her eyes. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Every time I think about Smoothie, she's always covering one eye. But in some instances, I do think that like her hair was brushed out of the way, and we saw both her eyes. But yeah, I think it might actually.
If you really want to put some respect on Kid and think that Kid is strong or like close to Luffy, then why not give him the feat of possibly maiming Cracker? Because Cracker has a large scar across his eye.
That too.
I mean, I'm not saying it is impossible. Like, I'm not saying it is. I'm saying I think there's a
really.
Really?
All right, one second.
Okay.
Sorry.
I love it.
He said, "Really?" Nah, but it could have been any command. It could have been any of those commanders, with the exception of Katakuri.
Yeah. I mean, the Kid thing, I don't really know, honestly. Like that, we just don't have enough information on that.
Yeah,
but
that's why we're here.
But for me, just like that whole conversation is just very peculiar to me. Like the idea that we're having there are two Yonkos in one arc, and there's a big theory that both of them are going to go down this arc. You could feel about that however you want, but if that theory proves to be true, that conversation I think is an indication on whether on the veracity of that theory. Honestly,
the reason that I don't think Big Mom is going down this arc is because she has way too many ties to Elbaf. I feel like she's going to take another hit this arc. Kaido's going to go down.
No, I think it's going to be. So, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Let him finish.
Oh, damn! Y'all the most polite motherfuckers I ever met. I think she's gonna take another hit this arc, have like another blemish on her name. More of her crew is going to like dwindle down from what she already has now, because we went in the whole cake. Her entire crew, her entire army was there. Now we're in Wano. She lost more of it, and when we get to Elbaf, it's either gonna be just her full memories, her whole arsenal, her entire kit, no more food rampage, no hunger pains, no amnesia. It's just her versus the Straw Hat crew and whatever allies they have in the Elbaf, but we don't know anything about that yet, except for the giant crew that Luffy has in the Grand Fleet. But yeah, I think, and that's gonna be where Big Mom goes down. Big Mom's going. Kaido's gonna be the biggest. Kaido's gonna be the first one to go down, but we take him out with our entire army, him at full power. Big Mom, she's been taking a lot of hits, losing a lot of power over the course of this trip.
Correct.
I think Luffy's gonna get the credit for taking down Big Mom this arc, and I think that she might go down. And I don't think that Kaido will, because I think taking down Big Mom is going to endear Elbaf to Luffy in a very, very big way, like very big. Because
I understand that point. I understand that point. It's just that. Go ahead.
And I think from there, it's going to be the Straw Hat Coalition with Elbaf against Kaido. Because Kaido isn't just Wano. Like, Kaido has people all the fuck over. Like, don't get that shit twisted. Just because that's where he lives doesn't mean that's where, like, everything is. So, like, you know, that's a fact. He was able to get from Wano to damn near Marineford in time to know that Whitebeard was getting shit done. And it's not because information gets freely in and out of Wano. You know what I mean? It's because he's got people everywhere. He's got spies, he's got people, he's got eyes and ears. Just like Big Mom, but although I think Big Mom is a little better in that extent, because like she was kind of portrayed as like the information, like kind of broker.
Yeah, that's like her thing.
Yeah, and I really feel like once she's gone, Kaido's gonna be one of the more dominant things, because the relationship between Shanks and the world government is gonna come into play, and I don't know how. It makes my brain itchy. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways that shit could go.
Can I say this?
What's up?
Because this is not like the theory I heard was from a video. I think it's by some dude named Mr. Morge or Mr. Mojo or Mojo Jojo, whatever his name is, right?
You had it right the first time, nigga.
Oh, Mr. Morge? Oh, okay. So he went about it in a way that talked about like the themes of an island and the themes of an arc, and then compared that to the general themes of a character, and in this case, the Yonkos. And his argument is that the themes that are applied to Elbaf are more in line with the themes that are behind the character of Shanks. And his argument is that the themes of Wano, and I don't remember them off the top of my head, but the themes essentially were ones that sort of mirrored the relationship with Big Mom and Kaido. And because of that Big Mom and Kaido will go down in Wano, Elbaf will be the sort of reunion between Shanks, Luffy, Usopp, and Yasopp. And in between that, we have the confrontation between Shanks and Blackbeard, and Blackbeard takes down Shanks, and then that leads into the final war in One Piece and all that. And I think from his articulation of his argument, he's probably one of the strongest arguments I've heard for making that argument that two Yonkos are going to go down in one arc. That's it.
Well, Blackbeard has to come into play.
You believe so?
And that's another incredible variable in this whole fucking Wano situation. Because he basically said that he's going there as much. He basically said as much as that's where shit's going down. That's where I'm going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the only reason why they showed us that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are too many moving parts right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's trying to look. It's like looking at a watch. If you take the back off and all you get is the springs and trying to tell the time on the front. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like for me personally, like the only reason I am not a fan of Big Mom moving on to Elbaf is it's too much. Like for her to have the span of time across 3 arcs to finally be taken down in one, and then the other Yonkos presumably being taken down in 1 arc it's a little too heavy-handed. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think if there's, I don't know. I do feel like Big Mom's going to be the one to go, and it's not just because of like in any concept of her being the weakest of them or like anything like that. It's simply because the way Oda has handled the writing, and I've said this since Jump, since like the second or first chapter of Wano, that the structure of this is different than the things he's done. They may seem similar, but they're more in line with cinematic and theatrical events, not so much in line with your everyday manga and shonen, and that's for a reason. You know what I mean? So if you look at the the whole thing is a movie so far, like you can kind of see how it does the climax and then the decline and then the build for the next thing. And right now it's in that build. It's in the lowest point that I think it's going to have, and it's on that upturn. And
yeah, but that's the thing though. Like it's just like in this part of the story, everyone is mixing. It's not just 1 or 2 storyline. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not just the interaction with Luffy and Big Mom, and it's not just the interaction with Luffy and Kaido done separately. Like, it's like Luffy, Kaido, Big Mom, the Supernovas, the Reverie, the fucking Revolutionaries. Then here come Black. It's so much shit that for whatever happens in Wano, for this to happen and none of them go down, would like he would need it would have to be a real good reason for me personally as to why there was nothing the Straw Hats could do.
Honestly, the Straw Hats are the sorry, it's your channel. Go
the only reason you really need is that them niggas just too weak.
Oh shit. I mean, let's be honest, the weakest crew on Wano right now is the Straw Hats. They're separated. They're not together. They're not unified. They have no similar goal. Like they all kind of are doing their own things. And right now they're 5 different fingers rather than a fist. You know what I mean? And that's the real problem with the Straw Hats. They may have a lot of power, but they're all stronger together, and that's a fact. Right now, though, with the exception of Big Mom, all the fucking Big Mom pirates are together. And God knows, they're in the heart of the fucking Beast Pirates. So yeah, like that's the real long and short of it. Right now, the Straw Hats are the weakest crew in Wano. That's why they're.
I 100% agree.
I mean, I do and I don't. Like, to me, a lot of the Straw Hats we don't know their full capabilities yet. Is my problem.
100%.
Like I'm not comfortable even saying at what level they. I could guess, you know what I mean, but we don't know what the fuck Zoro could do. We don't even know the ins and outs of what Sanji could do, let alone the rest of them. Nami still got this fuck ass magic wand that we don't even know what it does. Like it's just so much shit. Like I think they have the skill set, but I think their problem is one of experience.
And that's another truth. They're the least experienced crew. Because they have 2 years away from each other individually, you know what I mean? And they just got back, less than 6 months ago?
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? My only problem with that argument is that we haven't seen what they can do. Is that we know for a fact that neither one of these niggas are going to be stronger than Luffy. Yeah. And for the most part, they're not going to be as strong as Luffy. But we know the full extent of what he can do. And he got his ass washed.
He got Molly washed.
That's true.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do the. You gonna make me do it, Steve?
You don't want to do what?
You gonna make me look.
What?
Look, the mollywop is a strong word. I don't want to downplay the ass. Hold on. Let me finish. I don't want to downplay the ass whooping Katakuri did to him. Absolutely, it was the fight of his goddamn life. I'm not going to try and minimize that. For me, the fact that he had Snake Man and we were completely unaware of Snake Man when he fought Katakuri, and the way he went about that Katakuri fight in terms of his durability and how much just damage and punishment he took and just kept fucking getting up, I do think that Luffy has some room to surprise us. And to me, he's a character that, would he lose to the upper echelon, so the Yonkos and the Admirals? Absolutely. Is he getting his ass whooped by anyone else? No.
Okay.
And for that, and for him, but for him to be at that position after his 2-year time skip with Rayleigh and the minimal fights he's had since then is just as impressive to me.
Yeah, so I want you to understand, like, Oda did a great job of painting this narrative, because he showed the beatdown that he took from Katakuri. And then he beat the living shit out of him, and he kept getting up and getting up and getting up. And that's why when Kaido took him out in one shot, it showed the magnitude and the gap of power from a Yonko and him. That he can go down that easy.
No doubt about it.
See, I wouldn't think about
that's the only thing I want
the
people to
fact he got one shot by Kaido.
No doubt about it. But for me, as I'm just telling you my perspective, right? For me, when I see that, even after the Katakuri shit, that to me is a dub. You know what I'm saying? I just knew leading up to that dub that he needed to meet a Katakuri first, because if he didn't get through a Katakuri, he could get knocked out. He could get knocked out all day. I need him to be in a position where, even though he's getting knocked out, that he's not losing to people like Katakuri and below.
Yes. And Katakuri and below, yeah, they shouldn't touch him.
Yeah.
If they can touch him, they shouldn't be able to affect him much.
All right, now that's leading into like talking about Queen and Seastone right now. You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
You know what I mean? Like, because that's what people have been talking about a lot. The Seastone and how Queen's gonna like just wash him because he can't do anything about it, and that's gonna like get people talking so much shit. You know?
Yeah, I think to me, if you're gonna do that, like, yeah, it's funny, it's a fun argument, but like, let's be real. Like, to me, he shouldn't be able to beat Queen with those handcuffs on. That'd be retarded. I don't even think most Yonkos could beat Queen with Seastone handcuffs on. If I'm gonna be real about that, I'm gonna be real about that. I'm gonna be real about that.
Shanks is no.
I'm gonna be real about that. Oh well, Shanks is different. Shanks ain't got is not getting enough. They gotta hog tie him and call it a day.
Nah, you know, hog tie, gag, bound, and drown Shanks. That is the God King.
Power. What aren't you getting from that? Where are you?
But
hold
on. Hold on. Let me just finish. My point is, there's no way in hell, if he ain't had those handcuffs on, Queen not losing to no fuck ass Queen, or Luffy not losing to no fuck ass Queen. We know this.
It's not even his level of power.
Wait.
He not losing to no fuck ass Queen.
Hold on.
If you look at the power progression,
you just said a Yonko in cuffs is losing to Queen when we know nothing about his power.
So is Luffy and cuffs is losing to Queen. But
okay, so are you telling me that if a Yonko's in cuffs, Luffy's beating him?
If Luffy ain't got no cuffs on, probably, yeah. I think it's that big of a nerf. Yes.
You're credulous, Mose.
I think it's that big of a nerf.
Credulous.
I think why would you think there's a minimal effect when them niggas is in Seastone cuffs?
Nah, it's just that you can't sit there and be like they have like. Go ahead, Milo. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. They said that those were special cuffs that allowed them to work. So that's not full system. That's number one. Luffy was still working in those cuffs. So if Luffy can do that in those cuffs and Kaido is Kaido, then he should still.
Okay, but your hockey gone. Your fruit power gone. Could he sit there? Could he sit there and jump and lift all of the boulders in the same way that Luffy was? Yes.
You know Kaido's doing it off the
Hold on, but is he that full fighting capability that he was? Hell no.
He got taken out by one snot
Hold on, but to even suggest that there wouldn't be a drastic difference in his strength.
It would be.
Saying Kaido.
Would there not be a drastic difference in his strength?
Yes, there would be. And maybe
that's the heart of what I'm saying. If you don't agree with the example, fine. But you're trying to act like him with them cuffs on. There is no change in his strength.
We don't know anything about Queen.
Hey, yo,
this is not a conversation of me calling Queen trash. Like you feel like I feel like you think I'm calling him trash. I'm not calling Queen trash. I'm just saying if Luffy ain't had them cuffs on, Queen is getting smacked.
Hey, yo, Vergo, I gotta get going. Thanks for having me on, bro. It's good talking to y'all. Yo, if you ever want me on, all you gotta do is shoot me the invite. I'll jump on.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all, take it easy.
Absolutely.
Peace out, man.
Have a good day. Hey.
Why you saying like that, Steve?
He wanted him to have a good day.
Just have a good day,
Steve-O is polite, unlike most of y'all.
Steve-O is polite. He was also weird.
How?
I don't gotta be polite. Politeness is
to you.
Well, we know you're not polite, Ray.
Did you just say being polite is a weakness? Or are you one of those evil niggas who try to exist amongst society?
You didn't even say what was up in the chat. The first thing you said is my dick is soft and I need help.
What?
It sounds like an emergency.
It be like that sometimes.
It sounds like a genuine emergency. I've been there.
Quick, somebody send that man some titties.
Is that hated?
Need assistance.
No.
Need assistance, baby. What you need?
Bro, you said that in a chat that's 95% male.
So
it be like that sometimes.
Niggas always talking about dude. What the percentages of the congregation is, man. I ain't worried about that. I got to get it off.
Have you ever been in Grim's Discord? Like that? That's like 90% of his Discord.
That's facts. That is facts.
Yeah, man. Y'all disagree, man. Come on, man.
Maybe he needed advice. He had a date.
Why y'all agreeing with him, man?
I mean, I feel like you're judging him.
What he said.
It sounds like you're judging him.
It's not
We'll meet out if you want.
Listen, it feels like you judging him, and we don't judge him.
They're just advocating.
We don't judge, man. No judgment zone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy.
Except for Milo. Except for Milo. Milo always get judged.
Oh, okay. So, hey, hold on. Hey, this is a question for Soap. A, B, C, D, E in the chat there. Hans. So is Bond dating Queen if Queen got come from?
Hey, I say it. Yeah, hell yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Hell yeah. Wow. I think there's a big ass drop. Big ass drop. Absolutely.
All right, so
what's up, Miraz?
What up?
Hey, Miraz, what's going on, my boy? You doing all right, man?
Good, Miraz.
Wow, Steve-O, that's been a long time, bro.
Yeah, what's good, man? You doing all right?
Look at that.
Why Steve-O sound high?
I see he doesn't sound himself, right?
He does.
That sound like somebody else.
You just sound like
you dip into this high tone. Like I don't know.
He's under influence.
Nah, I'm good.
Hey, everybody, I gotta go. As thanks for having me. I do appreciate it. Call for people. I appreciate it.
See you later, Valen.
All right, man.
Give me.
Shit! Your money disappeared. What's up, Trent? All right, good talk, nigga.
Wild Trent.
A wild Trent has appeared. All right.
Oh, it's black.
Miraz, you were saying some cool stuff in the chat earlier. What did you think about the chapter?
I like the chapter. Mostly what I hype for is I forget about his name, the Yakuza guy, the old man.
Hiyogoro?
Yeah, because like he's like the OG from the Yakuza, and I think how we saw him. It's like I think it's two potentials that we can see with him is like when he eats something and Oda gonna make a gag like Luffy.
Where he gained all his weight again.
Yeah, like what he did with the milk stuff. Like if he gonna eat, because if you see those balls that he gets from, you see that eating that he gets from Luffy every time when he's in the prison, he's very like into that. Like he respected. He get the food from Luffy. So I'm like in my mind, it's like what if he actually he eat the stuff and he get back to the size that we saw him actually like where all the fables were telling about in Wano about him. So that could be potential, or he just gonna stay that small guy and he's gonna still have the power that he had like in the past. Because that guy is so important for the whole story, like to get the samurais that they still needed to get them back.
Sanji to the rescue.
Like Oshi? Sanji to the rescue. I don't know about that.
Sanji gonna cook him some beans, man.
Yo, I wouldn't be surprised if Sanji would use one of his 99 recipes to get him back like in his old shape. I wouldn't be surprised for that.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I
can hear you. See, y'all saying Grandpa Hio's on the Roshi status? He just got a bulk up.
I love the chat, man. What's good, bro? What's up, Trim Money?
Who is that?
Trim Money.
What's up?
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, so the chat said another one directed towards Hans. You're popular today, buddy.
Thanks, man.
It says this nigga is calling others high while saying that Luffy is fading Yonkers with cups and Bonfire is fading Queen.
I did not say he would fade people with cuffs on. I said if them motherfuckers were in cuffs and Luffy wasn't, he would smack the shit out of them. If Luffy's not in cuffs and Queen pull up, he's smacking the shit out of Queen. If you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you. We're not reading the same series.
You mean they're wearing that?
I mean, they talking real slick and greasy.
Take New York out your voice. Take New York out your voice, Hans.
I'm sorry. They're talking. They're articulating their opinion in a way that's disrespectful, and I don't appreciate that.
Hans, you do agree that there's different levels of sea stone, right?
I mean, there's 2 levels.
So if they were the highest level, maybe Luffy could smack them, right?
I mean, there's the full level where you can't do shit. And then there's the level where you can like lift shit.
Yeah, like if they had the level that they can lift shit, I think.
Okay, but is there a drastic difference in their abilities? There's no question about that. I don't know. What y'all are trying to downplay that.
Man, look, if Kaido was wearing them cuffs, he's still smacking fire out of Luffy. Don't
if we all think that Luffy is at the very least first commander level, or at the very most first commander level. Right?
You see,
I don't know how you can say no, you don't, but I do.
Nigga, I mean,
he's not after Katakuri. He's not losing to any commanders now.
I beg to differ, but go on.
Tell me who, please.
That's just a slippery slope, Scope.
He's not losing to Marco.
It's a slippery.
I mean, he's not fighting Marco, but he's not losing to Marco.
He beat Katakuri.
Ben
you could even argue that he didn't actually win.
Exactly.
You could play that game, but like
it's not even a game, bro.
Hold on. But Katakuri will tell you that he lost. Luffy will tell you that he won. You know what I'm saying? The story dictates that Luffy won. I don't care what we saw. What does the story tell you? The story told you he won and Katakuri lost.
Wait. So you ain't never played basketball against a little kid, and you let that kid get more points than you and say he won? What are you talking about?
I go ham on them niggas every time.
You be wiping shots?
Yo, I be dunking on them and all that.
He does. He
does. Think it's a game?
On little kids.
I know what you mean. I do the same thing. I be dunking on kids too.
Hey, I'm not gonna let you be comfortable with losing. The fuck out of here.
But the thing is, that's Katakuri's point of view after he got his mind changed by Luffy throughout that whole.
Got his mind changed, more like got his ass whooped.
It was
he whooped his own ass. You can call him.
No, he ain't changed his mind. Y'all saw that Snake Man.
This nigga, you seen him stab himself. Snake Man. You saw him stab himself. He sympathized with Luffy.
I also saw 12 hours of Luffy getting smacked.
Hey, them 12 hours and Luffy beat him with less than 1% of the hits Katakuri hit him with. So I'm saying,
if that's not a real
Oda said that shit on wax. Nigga, he could be. Katakuri is one of the most powerful characters in the series. Period. Right. But he can't take much.
So maybe you need that. Maybe you need to go in the chat and have a talk. If he's not done with you, he said, "What I'm saying is the gap between the Yonko and Luffy is so far that even with Sea Stone cuffs on, they still fade him. Maybe not as hard.
Thank you.
That's your opinion. I disagree.
Like my
your opinion is trash.
Like
that's fine.
One of the main things that I use that allows me to say that Katakuri allowed Luffy to leave the mirror world was that Katakuri got up and then fell on his back.
And fell back down. Yeah, he got up and fell back down again.
He just gave up, bro.
You ever watch a boxing match? It don't matter if they get up after that 10.
Look, but
if they get up before that 10
it's like going back to
and fall down again, they lost. That's what happened.
Man playing a little kid in basketball. It's like going back to that analogy, right? If you beat that nigga 999 times and he refused to give up, he come back that 1,000 time, you might just be inclined to give up. That's exactly what happened to Katakuri.
Well, no, I don't think it's actually giving up. I think he just wanted a point like, okay, I see what Luffy want to get. Like I think, like we saw with everybody.
No more.
1 second,
like,
so 1 second.
I apologize. Go ahead.
So the thing is with him is like what you see with Luffy with everybody. It's just like he convinced people to join him in his way he is thinking. And that we saw with in every arc, we see it again and again and again. And now he did it with Katakuri also. And that's why Katakuri asked him, are you coming back to defeat Big Mom? Because why? Because he don't want to be on the Big Mom anymore. And it's just one person that can do that. That is Luffy. That's why he asked him that.
I disagree.
Ideologies.
I disagree, but slightly. The only reason why I disagree is because the anime, when it happens, makes it very clear that by the time that final round, if you want to say, happens, right? It's stated that Katakuri is at his limit. The nigga is exhausted. So after this little interaction, whoever wins this round wins the fight. Katakuri got up. Yeah, Katakuri changed his mind and viewed Luffy differently, but he still lost the fight. Yes, he got up. He still fell down. It's like when you're in a boxing match, you could get up before the 10, but you sitting there wobbling and you fall back down again, the fight is done.
Like, personally, bro,
but both of them were down.
I think,
hold on. What are you saying, Trent?
I just said, come on, bro. The fact still remains. The nigga stabbed himself. I
don't believe Luffy is not like first
man. I'm not denying the mind games that was happening in that, but to say that should excuse the fact that Luffy won and Katakuri lost, like at the end of the day, Luffy won, Katakuri lost. Like we can excuse that away however we want.
So say he won, he's stronger now. Where does he place within the commanders?
I don't think he's losing to any commanders now.
So are you telling me that 10 out of 10 times he's beaten Katakuri?
Yes.
Wow.
You know that's I think he's barely second commander.
Exactly.
That's way too much.
That's not way too much.
It is.
It's not.
He went from barely beating Cracker with Nami's help to like you saying like he's stacking with
I don't even want to get into the Cracker thing. I really don't.
No, let's get into Cracker. Let's talk about Cracker.
I really don't.
Like, people downplay Cracker. Like that man was still doing work.
I'm not doing it.
Look.
Oh wow, bro.
So you just gonna not respond?
Look.
What
Kaido did to Luffy
is a dumb.
Show the No,
it's a dumb.
I don't want to hear that. I don't know.
No, what do you? That's the truth.
Let me finish.
Let him finish.
It is the overwhelming gap. Luffy gave Kaido everything he had. Everything. Kaido
he got
said,
2 other forms and I ain't seen them, but okay.
Yeah, he put another form out.
Are you done? It's my turn. Are you done?
I'm just saying. Don't sit there and be like he gave him everything he had. He didn't use King Kong gun. He ain't go Snake Man. He ain't go stop it. Stop it.
Kaido
said,
like how I am. Are you done? Are you done?
Stupid.
I'm just saying, like all you're saying is a duh. Like if Kaido didn't knock him the fuck out, that would be trash. Of course he one shot this nigga.
If Luffy used the King Kong gun and still got 1 shot, yeah, but he didn't. Like, no.
So don't say he did that.
He used multiple Kong organs on that man, bro. Like what? No.
You think one more attack would have made a difference to this fight?
Listen, don't tell me he did everything he got when he did it.
He really did.
No, but soap.
Okay, we did it. Stop playing semantics.
I'm not playing semantics. We talking facts.
No, but
do we agree that there's a difference between the Kong gun and the King Kong gun? There's a big difference.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Kaido.
So if he came out the gate with that, Kaido. I'm not saying he's gonna get folded, but it's gonna take him a second to get up. Like
what?
You heard him?
Yeah, bro. You think he's brushing off the King Kong gun?
No. But are you guys reading a different story right now?
I'm not reading a different story. I know for a fact in this story, Luffy's never losing it to a commander again.
I don't know about that.
He's probably right.
Hold on, wait.
He's probably right that they won't. But
in a narrative standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He should lose to another Yonko. But
we can talk about shoulds all day. All I'm saying is he's not. And y'all are sitting here being like, "Oh, you wildin'."
Yeah, but you're wildin' because you're saying that as if
my question. My question.
Hold on, let Trey go.
I'm talking about the story. My feeling on it. My feeling different.
No, I mean, like I said, I could be mistaken, but I'm just saying that it sounds like everybody else is coming from the standpoint of you saying that ain't no other, like he's stronger than all other Yonko commanders now at this point.
Because he's never going to lose to a commander again. Yeah.
Oh my
but
God.
Then you're definitely wilding.
No, I don't think that's wilding for me to say that. Like the story's going to dictate that. We know that.
So,
do we know that?
Yes, we know that.
Semantics.
I'm not playing semantics.
We're acting. No, yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Milo, let me ask this question.
Of the story, right now, can Luffy beat Ben Beckman or Marco?
I don't know.
That's all I want.
That's enough, right?
That's it.
But you're asking me my opinion.
No. Thanks.
You're asking me my opinion. Like you're asking me my opinion.
I'm done.
That's all I'm saying. All I was doing was talking about the story. And I said the story.
Are you done?
He's not losing to no commanders no more. He's not going to be weaker than any commander.
So he beating Lucky Root, he beating Ben Beckman, he beating all of them. That's what you're saying.
In the story, he's not losing to them.
Okay.
So he lost even against Rayleigh.
When he was getting trained by this nigga, like when he mastered hockey 2 weeks ago, and Rayleigh whooped his ass.
It doesn't matter.
I don't understand the point you're trying to make.
I'm just saying he's also a captain from the Pirate King, right? So you should be saying he's like equal to those like also captains or a little bit higher above them.
Right. He's basically saying that you're saying if he's as strong as a Yonko commander, he should be as strong as a Pirate King's commander.
Nah, hell no. No, he shouldn't be as strong as a Pirate King's commander. There's a big difference between the two. There's a big difference between the two. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Weren't they equal?
Yeah.
And Marco.
They two, but the crews weren't. Them two were, but their crews. I do know that. I do know that.
You don't know
that. I do know that. We really gonna have a conversation about the white beard commanders right now?
You got the data book that we don't
know. Vergo, let us. We can do this. We can do this.
We really gonna have a conversation.
I'm not stopping nothing.
We really about that. Listen.
You got the data.
Let me frame it to you. Hold on. Let me frame it to you this way, Milo. The Ed War that we know about that's famous was where Shiki pulled up and surrounded one shit of Rogers. Whitebeard and his crew is not getting out of that situation. Whitebeard hold on. Whitebeard would be cool. Marco and all of them, Jozu, Flower Petal nigga. No.
So you just forgot Vista's name, like he don't exist. You forgot about Vista.
I mean, he hit you with rose petals. I don't respect niggas like that.
So does Byakuya from
oh my God,
I didn't respect Byakuya neither.
Why don't you respect him if Mihawk respects him?
Bro, bro.
I don't respect Mihawk.
What?
All right.
I hate to do this, but
okay, we're done. I'm done. Yeah, we're done.
What's the credibility here?
I mean, we in the land of swordsmen, and ain't one of these niggas bring up Mihawk, if I'm in Wano this whole time and no one bring up Mihawk, stop telling me he the world's strongest
probably
swordsman.
by a different moniker. He didn't go by Joshua or Mihawk.
Here's what we seen Mihawk. Here's what we seen Mihawk do. We seen him foderize that no-name nigga in East Blue. Then we seen him deal with Vista, and then we heard about how much he fuck up these monkeys. That's it.
So listen.
Okay, I can agree with. I can hear that. Yeah.
But we didn't call him the world's greatest swordsman. The writer did. So
that's fine. I'm talking to Oda in this too. He didn't start telling me he's the world's greatest swordsman. I'm dead serious.
Who's the world's greatest swordsman to you then?
I
don't know yet. But I just know it can't be him if he ain't been to Wano. How he the world's greatest, but he ain't go to the land of swordsmen.
Got beef with Oda. Like
I got mad beef with Oda.
Do we know he ain't been to Wano at all?
We don't know. I'm waiting to see if it's verified. Because if it's not verified, trash.
Not really, but okay.
Okay.
No, that shit's trash.
Hey man, I
okay. So to clarify, so you're saying he's stronger than all the commanders from the Yonkos. So he's equal almost to the Yonkos in your eyes, or in between?
I'm saying to me, and you might not have been here. You might not have been here when I said this earlier. Like for me, Luffy is in a place where like the top echelon, the Yonkos and the Admirals, probably get his ass whooped. Anyone else? He probably not losing.
Is he losing against his grandfather?
There's some asterisks.
Damn. That's a good question.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know.
There's some asterisks.
There's some asterisks.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know where to place. I don't know where to place Garp and Sengoku.
To be honest, to be honest, I think the Garp is probably still one of the strongest. Like he's still Admiral.
I don't think you're wrong to say that. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong to say that. Like there were some people from that old generation that were just so like I don't know. I just don't know where to place them, so I don't usually.
But that's why I asked for Rayleigh, because I see Rayleigh also in that tier. He's above.
He is in that tier. He's an asterisk. He's an asterisk.
Can I make a wild prediction? I'm gonna make a wild prediction. Y'all gonna probably hate me for this. Garp is gonna die. Garp is gonna die.
Oh yeah,
that's fine.
No, somebody's gonna kill Garp and Luffy's gonna go off, bro. I'm telling you, somebody's gonna kill Garp.
Who gonna kill Garp?
Probably Blackbeard and his niggas. Blackbeard and his niggas probably.
Man, y'all know everything gangster in the story. Blackbeard gonna do.
Hey man, because Blackbeard. Listen,
I feel like since Blackbeard had that Marineford incident, every arc after Blackbeard gonna show up. Blackbeard gonna fuck up this nigga. Blackbeard gonna take her fruit. Blackbeard gonna like. Yeah, Blackbeard can't do everything, man.
He can,
but I think they forget about because we still forgetting about the world government and all the celestial dragons, because those are so as important as Blackbeard in the end of the story.
Absolutely. Hey, now that Marines are confirmed to have Conqueror's Haki, like niggas could stop telling me that Admirals and Yonkos aren't on the same level, right?
No, because we don't know if they have Conqueror's Haki.
They're not.
We only know Sengoku.
They're not.
I don't think they're the same level. I think they're close.
They're in the same ballpark, not the same level though. It's like a field.
Stupid.
You know, it's tiers.
That's stupid.
I don't think they're cut from the same cloth.
No, they are like S. You know, they are like A tier, S tier, but you know, there's still levels to it.
I mean, you just made that up.
I didn't make it up. I'm just I've been had this written down for like a year now.
Oh my god!
I mean, but you made that shit up. Like you ain't get that shit from nowhere. That AS tier, like motherfucker, I have an F tier, nigga. Now what?
I mean, there are niggas gonna say that's F tier. You can't deny that. Like what?
Emu F tier. Period. I don't care.
Emu is better than Z. Emu is Z tier, bro. I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah.
You know, you're such a dick.
I'm just saying, I hate that shit. I hate the list. I hate is he 89 or is he a 96? Nigga, who cares, man? Nigga's
just saying, bro. Relatively, they close in strength, bro. Like he's not that far off.
No, for real, I think that's stupid. Like to me, I don't understand the purpose of Admirals if they're not there to fight Yonkos. Like how.
They there to give out orders and keep. They there to give out orders to the lower niggas. And
half of these niggas don't give no orders, man. Half of these niggas, all of these niggas we've seen have been by themselves.
The only admiral we know that rode his crew is Fujitora. Fujitora the only one we know that rode his crew. Fujitora be deep with his niggas, you know that.
Yeah, he about the only one.
Cause you know why? Cause he trash.
No! Listen here. Listen here. That man pulls rocks down from heaven.
Madara Jr. He baby Madara. He ain't even full Madara. He baby Madara.
Y'all not gonna keep calling this man trash.
Fujitora's trash.
Pulls rocks.
Y'all been talking to Theory for too long.
I don't even talk to you.
I blacked on Theory. I blacked on Theory about that Fujitora shit, man. Like, I was like, stop telling me he's the weakest. That shit make no sense.
No, he is.
He has the widest area of effect.
No,
that don't make you the strongest. Your AoE can be crazy. That
don't make him the weakest. What? Oh, literally, the only reason that people say he the weakest. Oh well, he can't. We just found out about him. He just got here. So.
No, you wanna know why he the weakest? You wanna know why he the weakest? Because I say he is. That's why.
Okay. Well,
wait. Yo, wait, what
it's head cannon, bro. It's my head cannon. Oh, we talking about head cannon right now.
What did
that's your head cannon fact?
Wait.
That's a head cannon fact, though.
What did Aokiji do to make him not the
Ice Age, that whole Ice Age, though. You know what he did, bro. Stop it, bro. You know what he did. You know he did a Marine Ford. You know he did a Marine Ford.
Out of orbit.
He pulled several rocks out of orbit.
Aokiji is that nigga, bro. Don't disrespect Aokiji like that, Milo. Don't ever do that in your life.
Do you know what orbit is?
I know what orbit is. I know what orbit is, Milo.
You know how far away it is?
Not that far.
And his shit is not even. His shit's not even gravity. Like his shit is literally called the fall down fruit. Like he's literally pushing rocks.
Isn't it stomp or whatever?
It's the fall down fruit. That's what the kanji read as. Right? So he literally pushing some rocks down the stairs, and them shits just keep going.
You don't know how to read kanji.
You don't.
What nigga? I know how to read Twitter.
Kanji boy.
You too niggified to read kanji.
Nigga, I know how to read Twitter, nigga.
Wow, boys know how to read Twitter.
Yeah, I know how to read Twitter. I'm on anime Twitter. There's some dweebs out there that fucking get the kanji posted and have debates about it. They said they all agree, fall down. So fall down it is.
We need some we need some resources, nigga. We need you to cite these sources.
Sauce me the link.
Listen, you don't follow Library O'Hara on Twitter?
I do.
Oh, now.
Oh, now we're bringing up Arthur. Now we're bringing up Arthur. Okay.
He not good enough for you now?
Oh,
now he's not good enough for you?
Nope.
He be posting all the V-Ray cards and shit.
We're gonna get out of here, though. We're gonna get out of here. I got stuff I gotta do.
Yeah, and all of these bitch-ass niggas that was talking that shit in the chat, find me in Discord.
We can take it to PDA. Let's go.
Find me in Discord.
He's been to every stream. You'll see him all the time. Y'all can settle y'all beef one of these days.
Find me in Discord.
To the 40 people watching. It was dope.
Oh, and for Vergo's viewers, I am not the worst. Soap is way more creditless than me.
I'm definitely not more creditless.
There's a lot of creditless niggas in here right now.
This nigga Milo said Kiro's got the strong leg because that's what happened when one leg gets
Y'all look out for Rage. Rookie of the year, man. Rookie season. Let's go.
We out, boy.